This is the X&C Podcast, your Xbox newscast, featuring Colteastwood and Mag, hosting industry interviews and gaming talk live on YouTube every Monday night at 5 p.m. on the West Coast, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. For all of you listening around the world, X&C Podcast is available on demand on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Welcome to the show. Join the chat, hit the like button, and let's get into this week's topics with the Xbox Newscast. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the X&C Podcast. I don't know why I say that because the intro says that for me, but
it's okay.
You're looking very cyberpunk 80s neon right now, Mag.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I love it. It's looking very. I need to be brighter in here to keep up with you.
You need to be brighter in here? Yeah. No. You know, it's kind of funny sometimes that the lighting system in here, well, I mean, the lighting system's always the same. But somehow, some way, it's just, sometimes it looks dark, sometimes it looks light, sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. It's all over the place. And it's the same camera. And it just seems to render differently depending on the day. It's like, what is it, your mood? Like, it depends on what mood you're in. The camera decides to go a little lighter, a little darker. I took the autofocus off, whatever else on this new camera. And it's just kind of wild, man. But then, like, yeah, today I'm very cyberpunkish. I
know. You're like, I look good today. I look really good.
I do look good.
Yeah. I don't often do this. And welcome everybody to the show. I know this sounds weird, but Mag and I don't often listen back to the show. At least I don't, because we live it for 2 hours. And after I'm done, I'm just kind of like, we've given our all. But I was driving to work and back listening to last week's show. And it brought a smile to my face because it was good listening to us talk. But it also infuriated me how many times you start to say something and I don't hear it, but I can hear it clear as day in my car. And you're like, but
no, it's because there's a delay on your end. There's a delay on your end, but there's no delay on my end. So I get you live, but you get me off by 0.8 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's just the feed that it gets through by the time it loops around and gets back to you. So there is that like 0.8 second like delay that gets back to your ears because you're launching the show, where I'm getting it live and your feedback, like everything that you're saying, I get it direct. So there's no delay on my end. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. So there are sometimes you react to something and I could see you react just a smidge off. It is kind of weird, but like it is funny though. But I think we figured it out by now. We've been doing this for how long have we been doing this? 2.5 years now?
I mean, it's also, we've been doing it for over 2 years. I also only keep one earbud in, so I don't have the extra, because they're earbuds. If I had both in, it's not to me. But anyway, that's all stuff behind the scenes.
I'm adjusting my camera ever so slightly, by the way, while you're talking to me. Now I'm self-conscious.
I'm looking. Yeah,
I'm watching you. Is there something
you.
Funky going on?
No,
so,
I like it. It's just a smidge bright, but I like it. It's nice looking.
I don't know what I did. I didn't do anything. It's the same setup I've always had.
And I would say it's your camera adjusting to the lighting modes, but you always do the show at nighttime, and so. But I don't care. Let me look at the YouTube feed. That will tell us everything.
He says, I like the Mag
live.
POV.
Tells everything.
He says, we are 100% live.
Oh, there we go. I went to the actual YouTube feed and I hadn't muted my browser there. So yeah, welcome everybody. Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy. Well, it's actually been kind of a tame news week, Mag. We're going to cover some interesting stuff that's developed just the past couple days. And one of the big topics we'll get away right away is one of the biggest games. We'll talk about it in a minute. I don't want to spoil it. But I wanted to talk about what we've been playing and what you've been playing, and I'll tell you what I've been doing when I'm playing video games.
Okay, dude. Without question. I mean, I launched my, just the other day, was it yesterday? I launched my Battlefield 6 review, finally my marinated review, because, you know, anybody who doesn't know how I do my reviews, I always play the game at first, I give it some time, and then I go back to it, play it again, and then, but in this case, I never stopped playing. I just kept going to almost 100 hours. So what I do is then after that, I sit on it, let it marinate, and then from there, I released my final review. I know a lot of some people don't like him or whatever else, but I took my inspiration from Angry Joe, because Angry Joe does the same thing. He'll play the game and sit on it for like a month, and I didn't copy him. It was just my idea to be able to go back and do it a few times so that, like I said, let it marinate in your head. Like, for example, I see people talking in the chat about Predator Badlands, right? And it's like, okay, whatever movie I just saw in the theater. And as soon as you come out of the theater, you're just jacked, right? Because you're like, the big THX sound and all the explosions. And you're like, oh, that was so awesome. And then all of a sudden, like 3 weeks later, when you're sitting there at home and you're like, you know what? That movie wasn't so good. Like it wasn't that good, right? And you're just like, it actually was kind of crap. I'm not talking about Predator. I'm just saying as an example.
I know what you mean.
But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden your mind starts to compartmentalize like all the different like flaws of the film. And you're like, you know what? The initial experience was amazing, but when you watch it a second time or you think about it, you're like, yeah, that was actually like a 6.5, not an 8 or a 9. So that's what I do with my reviews. Long story longer. So I've been playing Battlefield 6 like mad. I can't stop playing the damn game. It's so much fun. Cyberguts, what are you even saying, Mag? You're not good. I'm amazing. So anyways, I gave my final review. Go check it out on the channel. It's a long video for me because usually my videos are pretty short. This one was 16 and a half minutes long. Got all kinds of footage in there of me kicking butt, Cyber Gunter, and whatever.
And you edited out all the times you're like, down.
It's actually funny. There was one I kept in. Because it was so funny. And if you have to watch the review to catch it. So I just get like wasted, right? And then a guy comes over and like paddles me with the whatever the hell those things are called.
Defibrillators.
Yeah, the defibrillator. He's like, beep. And as soon as I sat up, I was like the Undertaker. I was like this. I was up and then ping, and then headshotted right back to the dead. And I was just like, it was the funniest thing. And I'm like, I got to keep that clip in there because it's so funny. But I've been playing Battlefield like crazy. And then, to like I said, to finish up that review. And then, of course, I got back into Ghost of Yotei. I'm really enjoying the experience. Okay, listen to this chat, Tim. I see you in there. Mag couldn't get past the tutorial. Do I have to take screenshots now? And then I've been playing Ghost of Yotei, absolutely loving the experience. It's such an organic feeling of like, you don't feel like you're going from A to B. They don't set up the map that way. They leave it so that you're just riding around on a horse. All of a sudden you see a dude with a carriage. And then he's just like, hey, stranger. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay. So you go over and talk to him for a minute, help him with his carriage or whatever. And all of a sudden you're on a 40-minute quest that you didn't even realize you were going on. And along the way, you're finding all kinds of cool stuff. So you're doing that. Then... Yes, so go ahead.
Do they also let you climb a little more often than they did in Tsushima?
Well, yeah, you can climb up stuff. You can't like it's not like Assassin's Creed style climbing.
Oh, okay. I saw something that made it kind of look like you could just climb more places than the first game.
They make more areas accessible for you to climb, and then of course the grapple hook.
Yeah.
So like if there are areas you need to get up, you could just grapple to a tree, swing, and then grab onto the rocks. But they kind of like lay it out for you, like what rocks you can climb up. But they put it very liberally throughout the world. So like you don't feel like, oh crap, here's a mountain, I got to go all the way around it. There'll always be an avenue to get yourself up there, whatever, right? Anyways, I've been doing that, and then today, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. But I started playing Ark Raiders today, and I have absolutely no idea what the point of this game is yet. It is gorgeous looking. It is intense. I just don't know what to do because I've only played 45 minutes, so I don't know what I'm doing. So you got to tell me, chat, everybody.
You go topside, solo or with people, and you look for loot that you need to upgrade your gear. And so you can track it. So you look for loot that'll have an eyeball on it if you're tracking it. You try to find some blueprints for guns. And then you can only hold like 15 things. So you want to decide it's time to go back. So you go and try and extract and get home without getting killed by drones, robots, or real people. And you kind of do that over and over. But as you play the game, you'll realize what things to look for when you're rifling through lockers and stuff so that you can find ways to upgrade your gear bench or your gunsmith bench or your refinery so you can create better gear, and you can take upgraded gear with you, but if you die, it's gone. So there is a real tense risk reward system.
Right. Now, my question is, okay, I get that. Now, what is the point of the game, though? Like, is there like a story? Is there like a big bad guy? Or is it just you're just getting loot and making yourself better? Like, that doesn't seem to be like much of a motivation other than just getting loot.
Yeah, you'd think that would be a problem. The game doesn't have a protagonist or antagonist, you know. It doesn't have an antagonist. It's just, it's far into the end of the world. You're in like... some people say you're in like dystopian Italy or Mediterranean or somewhere.
Italy? A lot of scumbags come from Italy, let me tell you.
I know one of them. So
I know, it's
you're just
ridiculous.
in this dystopian world where, just think of it as AI took over and robots are kind of running rampant. And then
So Satya Nadella created this.
yeah, it's a Satya's game. And you're just one of many Fallout style characters that are like raiders. You go out and try to find stuff and bring it home so that you can make your character better. I played a bunch of Arc Raiders. I think I said this last week, but I continued to do it. I played a bunch of Fallout 4. I want to talk about Fallout 4 in a minute after we get done with what we're talking about, what we're playing, because there's some big stuff going on there. But I've been playing Arc Raiders a bunch with Gaz and a ton with that Blue Number and Red Wolf Renegade. And last night, so the game is PvE. It's 50% PvE, PvP. So there's AI controlled robots that want to kill you, but maybe a little less frequent. You're going to see real people, but it's half and half if they're going to kill you or not. And that's a big thing when I say that, Mag. For you that are new to it, or anybody who here's watching the show, welcome to XNC Podcast. If you're here and you haven't really gotten into Arc Raiders and don't know why everyone's talking about it or why it's one of the highest rated multiplayer games and breaking concurrent player numbers across Steam. Holly sent me a message. It was at almost 750,000. I think they broke 700,000 concurrent on Steam alone, and you can get this game on Xbox and PC and PlayStation. So it's doing big numbers. And what was I saying? So yeah, you have to watch out for the robots because they're relentless, they're smart, and they can hit hard, and then the real people can kill you just as quickly, but you don't know if they're going to kill you. So when I played the game with Gaz like, we're going to murk people. That's what we always say. We're going to murk these guys. So whenever we see any real people, Gaz is like, let's go get him. And he's shooting at him, and we're causing big ruckus, and then we're dying and losing all our gear. When I play with Holly and Red Wolf, we... I said Hollywood Red because that's what our private chat is called, Hollywood Red. So for Colteastwood, Red Wolf, and Holly, there you go. We are so different. We see people and we leave it on open mic, which is the coolest thing ever. I don't want to bore you guys, but this has been around since PUBG and stuff, and you've probably done it in other games. But for me, it is literally the next generation of game immersion where I'm wearing my headset mic and we're wearing our headset things and we've got it on open. So when we get in the world, our voice is ambiently pushed out, echoes inside of concrete buildings. It's softer outside and it's direction based and distance based. So we're talking to each other and then we'll see people. Then Mag, if you see a person, they might be on the mic and they'll say, hey, no, we're friendly. And this is what Holly and Red and I do is we say, hey, we're cool. We're just here to loot and do our mission. We're not going to shoot. I'll put my gun away every time. And Red's always running around with his gun out. I'm like, Red, put it away, But it's like
just antagonizing the situation. Yeah, no, that's wild, West,
man. Where you can see someone and you've got your finger on the trigger. Like, do you want to attack? Or are they going to attack first?
Right.
Are you going to be cool? Is it going to de-escalate? And I can't overstate how realistic the de-escalation and the psychological, emotional factor is of meeting someone in real life and wondering if you're going to murk each other. And so what Holly and Red and I do is we just always reach out, hey, and Red will always crack a joke and say something funny. And we've been shot at and Red will de-escalate them. It's amazing. Like, you should be a hostage negotiator. They'll lower their weapons and then come hang out with us. So real quick, I'll end this because this could go on forever when people start talking about the game they like. Last night we ran into 3 people and they were like, whoa, hey, hey, whoa, like, hey, we're right. Like that's what we're saying in real time with open mics. We're friendly. And so they went, well, we'll roll with you. We'll help you. And we went over, I got your back while you loot that and stuff. We will come around the corner and here's 3 more people. So it's 6 and 3. Holly, Red, and I, and these 3 randoms, and then there's 3 people. We don't know if they're good or bad. And they're like, yo, well, you guys all together? And this is all happening in real time, echoing in a concrete building. Yeah, we're cool, man. We're just looting. We're doing our thing. We're helping each other out. They go, we'll roll with you. And this guy goes that just joined us. So now that he goes, there's 9 of us. He goes, let's go kill something really big. And I put this post on Twitter, on X, if anybody follows me. And we went outside, and there's a leaper, which is it's like a school bus sized spider robot that can jump on you and kill you immediately. And we all unloaded on this thing, took it out in like maybe 30 seconds. and went over and
nice.
we're looting it. And we were doing dance emotes, and the game looks incredibly realistic. We're having a great time, and then somebody shot us while we're looting. And
okay, there's always got to be that one guy, right?
Over here. Yeah, some guy like up in the hill. After we we're doing this, getting this loot after killing this robot, and Red's like, "Come on, man, come on!" And this one guy, one of the randos, goes, "We're gonna F you up. There's 9 of us. You messed with the wrong team." So the 9 of us run up this hill and just take these 3 guys out immediately, go hit the button to be extracted out, and we danced in the thing, just all getting all girly like and dancing and having a good old time. And then we said, "Good game. That was so cool. Hopefully see you again." That's why it's been so amazing. I talked a lot.
Yeah. No, hey man, that's awesome.
Arc Raiders is what I'm talking about. This is Arc Raiders.
Guy friendly in the chat showed up late. He said, "What game is this?" Nobody tell him, because that's his punishment for showing up late. So he has to guess for the next 2 hours.
Reds goes, "I always yell, have you tried the lasagna?" It's so funny because...
And Cyber Gunter, scumbag extraordinaire, gives it away right away. Cyber Gunter, I said, nobody tell him. It's a secret. We're talking about Pokemon.
Oh.
See, Sotonist is in on it.
Yeah.
Cyber Gunter, what are the mods in there? Who do we got? Happy Bomb, Red Wolf, ban him for 90 seconds, please.
Yeah, it was really, really cool.
Oh, my good.
I've had so many great experiences playing games, but the past couple nights playing with that blue number and Red Wolf have been really good. Us laughing, like Red would try to jump over the rooftop and fall and take all this damage. He'll yell like it's like way over there, and I'll see him, and he's like laying there, and I'm going and patched him up. Yeah, just really, really cool. So that's what I've been playing, and
that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to get into it now. I'm going to be away. Actually, speaking of which, I might as well tell any of my maggots out there, anybody who watches my show, Tuesday nights, Magcast will not happen tomorrow night because I'm going to be away in Niagara Falls with Noof Nukem. Yes, we're going on a honeymoon. We do this every year. No, it's going to be myself, my wife, Chef Trouble's going to be there. The doctor is going to be there. All the, at least 4 of us YouTube people, and yes, and then we're going to be hooking up with Noof Nukem in Niagara Falls. So no Magcast tomorrow night. So I won't be able to play Arc Raiders till probably Wednesday or Thursday, and then I'm going to get into this and really try to figure this game out, and you know what I mean, like kind of dive in. I'll have to get you in all of this
in a match with me. Yeah, and I'll kind of walk you through stuff.
Hell yes,
all crossplay.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
I'm sitting here drinking it up right now because I've got some of the most delicious Ultra Nightmare.
What?
Before we get jammed into the show, bro.
Let me tell you something, Colteastwood. Tomorrow night, I thought tomorrow night was going to be an Ultra Nightmare, but it's not. It's going to be tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Ultra Nightmare is tonight. That's right. I know when you get the Doctor, Chef Trouble, Noof Nukem, and of course the Mag let loose in the city of Niagara Falls, going wild with no holds barred. That's an Ultra Nightmare. No, that's just a nightmare. This, ladies and gentlemen, is an Ultra Nightmare right here. This is a joystick from 4xpgaming.com. If you want to see what the real Ultra Nightmare is, and it's not really a nightmare, it's delicious. This is watermelon flavor. Who doesn't like watermelon flavor? What were the best Jolly Ranchers in the world, Colteastwood?
They were always.
When you got one, always what?
They were always the watermelon. That's the only ones I like.
Damn right, they're always the watermelon. And that is why. That is why. So that's why. This is not a nightmare. This is paradise. This is paradise in powder form, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what's going to bring you to greater heights. Ultra Nightmare from 4xpgaming.com. Listen, the only Ultra Nightmare in this world is watching some of the Xbox studios trying to produce their games in under 8 years. But it's okay. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But here, we're talking about Ultra Nightmare right now. Perhaps some of those devs could use some of this, give them that jolt and give them that boost in order to get those games across the finish line. Hey, Rockstar, you want to finish the game before 2030? Take some of this. 4XP Ultra Nightmare, because the only Ultra Nightmares you're giving me are ulcers right now. But either way, it doesn't matter. This is for us, ladies and gentlemen. This is for the gamer out there and everybody else. Get your 4XP. Go to the website right now. They have a special on for people of the channel. Go check it out. Colteastwood, let them know about that link, brother.
Yeah, you can check out, I just put it in the chat. Check out 4xp.com. Pick if you're going to get Ultra Nightmare or White Gummy or Legendary. We talked about White Gummy last week. That's the, tastes like, sour glowworms, but that's really good. And the other one is blue raspberry. So you can't go wrong, but check them out.
Can't go
They've
wrong.
Got free shipping. If you go over 50, you can get by the tumbler so you can mix everything up. And I throw it in this gigantic thing with ice, and it's really delicious.
He's drinking it tonight. Which one are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking Ultra Nightmare tonight.
You're drinking Ultra Nightmare. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, and I even put it up here. Wait, up there? Yeah, the Ultra Nightmare.
Right.
So
the Ultra Nightmare. Yes, there it is.
Appreciate
ladies and gentlemen.
4XP.
You got to
They're
get
awesome. Yeah, you got to check.
You got to get on it. Support them. Yep.
Red Wolf also drinks. He says, I never feel more alive in my life than when he's drinking 4XP. So
these guys are so awesome too. And you know what? The people that actually run the company are super, super nice, super supportive. Even when, if anybody had any issues or any problem, no problem. They would reach out to them right away, get it solved, get their packages delivered. Everything was great. These guys work day and night on this product, help support a small business and get these guys off the ground, man. They are amazing people, and that's what you want to support in this world. Not these gigantic scumbag corporations. You want to help the little guys. The little guys are the ones. Hey, they're not going to do that. Listen, Mike is never going to be that guy. He's never going to be that guy. He's always going to be a great guy. And when they become a multi-billion-dollar business, they're still going to be the same great guys they were before. 4xpgaming.com. Ultra Nightmare is the flavor of the week. Go give it a try. Watermelon. Go to the website right now.
Yes, thank you, Mag. We appreciate them so much. A little shake for a great show. We appreciate it. Let's get into the gaming news. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I did. I was going to say, did I update the scrolling thing here? And I did. Kind of out of order. The first thing I want to talk about is Fallout 4.
Do you now?
Yeah, I spent about 20 plus, maybe 30 hours playing Fallout 4 over the week. I was going to make a video. If anybody watched my video today, it was about Fable and something I put together this weekend. And not a lot of people are watching because Fable's kind of not in the discussion right now. It's more talking about Bethesda, which is going to be a big chunk of our show. So we'll cover that tonight. But thank you, everybody who checked out the Fable video. A lot of new information or stuff you may have missed is in there. But check that out after the show. That's a little mini documentary, and I like doing those. So I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4, and I was going to build just an incredible mod video for you guys for Monday, which would be today, but that didn't happen because they took all of the mod and creation stuff offline in the days coming up to this release, which came out today. The Fallout 4 10th Anniversary Edition launched today, and Bethesda sent me a copy of the game with 150 creations added into the game, a bunch of them included in this version that I got, which has all the DLC that comes with Fallout 4 over the past several years. And I loaded it up, and it was just taking forever to move and get loaded up. And the menu was kind of messed up. And I loaded into my character in Diamond City in one of the main hub areas, and there's these black polygons stretched all over. I put out a tweet about this a couple hours ago, and it got noticed for sure, Mag, because Gene Park saw it, and Gene Park and I follow each other. He's awesome journalist for Washington Post.
Right.
He retweeted it, and it's like, we're so back, guys, kind of making fun of how messy this brand new release is. And I will tell you, Bethesda absolutely noticed this tweet from me. And I said, here's Fallout Anniversary, folks. And it crashed. And it crashed on me while I was recording this video. And I recorded the video to send to Holly and Red because we've been talking a lot about the stuff. And I said, holy shunk, what is that? And a bunch of people were like, what the heck is word shunk? And it's a word that Red Wolf made up in a video that was on his channel a while ago, and we use it all the time. So holy shunk, the game is having issues. And I'm on PC, so I saw some weird stuff. It crashed on me. There's a lot of stuff that has to come together, but keep an eye out for if they're going to talk about a patch. But it's frustrating that 10 months ago, they gave us the Xbox Series and PS5 version, the next generation version. And then they turn around 10 months later and give us this anniversary edition for $40 or $60 or whatever it is, depending on the deal you get. And it's having problems. And people on PS5, my game crashed. I don't know. Did you look into this at all, Mag? The Fallout 4 situation?
the Fallout 4 situation that I'm getting a lot of feedback from people who've reached out to me and saying, "Hey, Meg, did you hear about this and this and this?" It's mostly about the price situation, and that seemed to be the thing. So, and a lot of people reached out with their frustrations in regards to it not being in Game Pass Ultimate, especially considering they raised the price by 50% over the last little while. That it seemed not in the last little while, they just did it, and it's like, okay, so you raised the price by 50%, you couldn't throw this in as like throw them a little bit of a bone to the people who are paying that kind of money. I don't know. That's the complaints I'm getting. To me, I'm not like I played the Fallout games. I enjoy it. I liked Fallout 3. Fallout 4 was okay. I wasn't a huge fan. I thought 3 was better in my opinion. I played that way back in the 360 days, right? Yeah, it was 360 days, and I rented it at Blockbuster. I never even bought it. I rented it at Blockbuster. I played it, loved it. And then Fallout 4, not so much. That was during the Xbox One gen. I believe it was 2015. So we're talking about, obviously the 10-year anniversary. So anyway, the point is that a lot of people are miffed about it right now. See, I can make words too. I mean, that's not a made up word, but we're going to say other words. They're miffed about the pricing. And so what I'm hearing is that the price here, this is one person, there's a shout out to Dusty. I know you're listening right now. And then he's saying the anniversary edition, $60 US if you don't own it, $40 US if you own the base game. So I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? And so I can't tell you what he said in the chat, but 40, he was pretty.
Sorry, $40 means peeved. You have the base game, but you don't own all of the DLC.
Correct.
You're going to get all of the DLC, which includes 6 DLC packs, which is worth
it's quite
$100 plus, right? And then you're getting all of the creation stuff that might already be included with your account. Like you'll get all the creation stuff, but I think they give you a little bit of currency with it as well,
right?
So like a couple of purchases worth.
But it's a 10-year-old game we're talking about here. Like, it's not like a brand new game that just came out. I don't know. That seems like a lot of money for a 10-year-old game. Yes, they've done some work to it, whatever. Even that blue number in the chat, she said it right there. If you look at the chat, she goes, how the heck is this not in Game Pass Ultimate? And I think that was the number one complaints I've been getting from people reaching out to me.
Same.
To me, this was like a non-issue because I had no intention of playing it because I just got so much going on with so many games that I have on the go right now. And like I said, I'm trying to even figure which way is up with Arc Raiders that I just started today. There's Call of Duty next week. We're going to see how that lands, hopefully well, but we'll see how that all goes. So like Fallout 4 was not even a thing. So when people started reaching out to me, I started looking into it. And I'm like, oh, that doesn't seem to be, you know what I mean? That doesn't seem to be, okay, see, like I see some other people in the chat. Is that kind of like Oblivion, though, with less polish? I don't know what it looks like. Colt, how is it? Like, is the polish good? Or like, what is it? How does it play? How does it feel?
It feels just like the game we had last year, the version, but I've never seen that graphical glitch in Diamond City, like where the sky was all cyan at one point, was flashing on and off back to normal. There were big black, like 3D space boxes that were stretching in and out, like because polygons weren't properly rendering. I've seen it before in games when they're having problems. But no, Oblivion was a full price game, and Oblivion was pretty well.
Wasn't it $40?
I think it was.
Wasn't it $40?
60 or 70.
Was it 60? No.
Red. Well, how much was Oblivion Remake when it came out? I thought it was a full price game because it was pretty nice. It was it looks really nice for a $50 says that blue number. So in the US. Yeah, but it was in Game Pass. Like you got it as a Game Pass. It was a Game Pass shadow drop. And I'm glad that blue number said that, because why are you putting out this upgrade and you're not even throwing that upgrade into Game Pass Ultimate? Like at the very least, the upgrade should be included with Game Pass Ultimate or something. I don't understand why they're not doing that. And we're seeing this more and more where Xbox has always given us the impression or set precedence so long ago that all of their stuff is coming to Game Pass. It belongs to them. They're definitely going to be in Game Pass. And they haven't done that with Activision. And now they've been picking and choosing what ends up landing in Game Pass. And they knew they were working on this anniversary edition of Fallout 4 for a long time. And how long have they decided they weren't going to give it to Game Pass Ultimate members who are paying $30 a month? I mean, I guess I could excuse it and say we all already own that. And before I say that, Mag, Fallout 4, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. This is a bad take, but I'm going to say it. I think Fallout 4 is so underappreciated. I now like it much more than Fallout 3. And New Vegas would be
okay.
When I play it, and I put in 30 hours this past week, and when I was playing it, I just loved every second of it. And I went back and played Fallout 3 a bunch last month for a video. And I got to that, I forgot what it's called all of a sudden. I went to the thing where you have to find your dad and Wisteria Lane or whatever it's called. That's what's from Desperate Housewives. I don't know what it's called. Somebody is Fallout 3 aficionado. I've only played the full game all the way through once, so I played it like 1.5 times. But I get to the part where you go in the black and white, nice world in the simulation, and you have to find your dad. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. And I don't feel like that when I play New Vegas.
Did he go out for getting milk and never came back? So you have to go find him?
Well, water, but yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and then I saw somebody else in the chat say I don't like Fallout 4 because what was it? The Fallout games because they shove their story down your throat, and
I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that way actually.
That's the only time those games aren't good.
3 was
doing the main quest.
Like I thought like for me, Fallout 3 I thought was grittier. Like it was more like there was more desperate. Like there was more desperation in the game. Like I'm not saying 4 was bad. I'm just saying I preferred 3. With the 4th one, you got the dog walking around, and then the I always forget the big robot's name and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cute and all, but like 3 felt like desperation. Like it felt like when you were going out there, it was like Dying Light going out at nighttime. Like you were just like, all right, we're getting down to serious business here. We got things to do. So you leave your little, makeshift villagey kind of beaten up sort of shanty, whatever the heck. And then you go out there and it's terrifying. You know what I mean? I didn't feel that with Fallout 4. I thought Fallout 4 to me just kind of like, it got a little bit lighter in a way. I mean, I understand the story was still heavy, but it felt lighter and with less gravitas than 3 did. And that's where it kind of dropped off. And then I'm just like, well, I mean, let's forget about Fallout 5. I mean, we're going to be like 80 when that comes out, but like, it doesn't matter. We got what we got for now. But to me, 3 was always the pinnacle for me. And I never really got into New Vegas. I just couldn't do it. It just didn't click with me. I don't understand it because everybody, that is the fan favorite. You know what I mean? Fan favorite is New Vegas. And it just didn't grab me. I don't understand it. Like, but hey, what are you supposed to do, man? There are people out there that think that like, like it could be the greatest movies of all time. They're saying it's trash, you know what I mean? Or whatever. Right. So like, it's a matter of opinion, I guess.
I love Fallout 3 and I cannot wait for the remaster or the remake. I think it's going to be
Fallout 3 remaster day one, dude. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in like Flint.
You're seeing the original right here and it's so dusty, but the gunplay is really bad. The thing that makes Fallout 4 so amazing is the organic gameplay. You can go everywhere. And 3, the only thing I don't like about 3 is that the main story is not enjoyable to me, but you're always down in subways. You can't go anywhere open and organic because you have to go through the maze of subways. And they removed that in New Vegas and 4. But I love 3 to death. And I know people like to order them.
Right. Well, Colt, I'm looking at the chat here. 1, 2, 3, 4 comments in a row that's saying that they didn't like New Vegas either. But that's wild. Oh.
It's an 80. It's not even highly rated. It's like an 80 Metacritic.
I'm not a hater. I just didn't like it. However, Fallout 3 remake, it better be a remake, not a remaster, because the game is too damn old. It's too damn old. Like, I mean, at this point, like, I mean, come on. I rented it at Blockbuster. That should give everybody an idea of how long ago this was, okay? And this was, of course, in the 360 days. And I remember getting it from, you remember, like, towards the end of Blockbuster when they had that thing where you could pay $20 a month and you could get unlimited game rentals for the month?
The summer.
You remember that?
We both rented that. We both subscribed to that. The summer pass or something, I think it was called. Yeah.
And it was like $20 or something a month because $20 in those days was, it was worth a lot more than it is now. Yeah. And it was like $20 a month and you got unlimited games. Right. And so like you would just go to Blockbuster and just rent. But the funny thing is when I got Fallout 3, that's where I stopped. Like I was just going in and I was just like wrecking games. You know what I mean? One after another, like games that.
That's the one that stopped you in your tracks.
That's the one that stopped me in my tracks. So what happened was like the other games, like I would, this is how I did things. games that I knew were big AAA bangers that I knew I was going to spend a ton of time on. In those days, I was predominantly Xbox 360, so I would go for those 1,000 out of 1,000 achievements. I used to have competitions with my friends, and I'm like, first 100,000 gamer score and this and that. And we used to do, of course, I won. But anyways, we would do that, and I would keep some of those games. I would buy those games that I knew that I would spend a lot of time on or whatever. But then there was games that I would just rip through. We talked about it last week, like those Marvel games, right? Like Captain America and like the Hulk 360 game, whatever the heck it was called. And then I was doing all those games, ripping through them, getting like 700-800 achievement points out of 1,000, sometimes 1,000 out of 1,000 in a couple days. And then Fallout 3 came along, and then I'm like, all right, what is this? So I start playing it, and I'm playing it and playing it, and all of a sudden, Blockbuster was sitting around going,
that guy's not coming in anymore.
Where did he go? Like doing the John Travolta once again. Where did he go? And they couldn't find me. And I was like, I was at home playing Fallout 3. So it went like this and went, oh, you think you're going somewhere? And it just like Vader grabbed me like this, like this, squeezed my neck and be like, I find your lack of faith disturbing, and just crushed me. And I was like, that's it. You got me. But Fallout 4, it bothered me. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It just didn't.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
And I went back to it multiple times.
Your dialogue choices don't really push the game. You can't. Your speech doesn't really matter. It was too lighthearted. I still think it's too lighthearted. Your character's too sarcastic and too witty. But the
very much
organic
like the show.
gameplay. What's that? Like the show?
It's like the show. Like the show is like, there's some serious moments in it, but it's still goofy. Like, I'm just like, come on, man. I understand. I get it, whatever. And it's a well-made show and all that jazz. But like, to me, I'm just like this. It's like Marvel goofy. You know what I mean? With the jokes, like you're shooting people's heads off, and then you got to crack a joke about it. Like, can't you just shoot the guy's head off and just take it a little more serious? I don't know. And like Fallout 4 had that sort of lighter feel to it, where where I get it, it wasn't taking itself too seriously, and okay, that works for the most part. Like when you have something, and if game adaptation, that's funny, and and then like it just felt a little bit lighter. But three had a darker tone to it that I'm like, that's what I gravitate towards. I do like comedy in my games. There's no question. I mean, I like to have a laugh once in a while, but that doesn't seem like the kind of world that I would want that. Like, I think you want to save some of that humor for a post-apocalyptic world is Borderlands, because Borderlands is jokes from start to finish, and that's kind of the idea. And I think that Fallout 4 sort of split into that direction. I don't know if it was on purpose, but I don't know.
It might have been to like maybe have more mass appeal, but you're talking about one of the most popular franchises ever, and I'm with you. The grit and the seriousness and the dire feeling of Fallout 3 or New Vegas, I'll be listening to the ambient music for hours. It feels like hours. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't do it anymore. And I'll pull up my Pip-Boy and I'll, have to listen to one of the songs on there because, those songs are like so upbeat and corny. And then I'll get sick of the upbeat and corny, and I'll go back to the scary music. So I still get some of that in Fallout 4.
Yeah. I'm not saying the whole thing is like a running joke. I'm just saying it just in comparison, I just found it to be a little bit lighter than I expected. And I was just like, for some reason, it didn't really grab me as much as 3 did. Like, I thought 3 was like, okay, there are stakes involved here, and it was kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of felt like that, and then the fourth one, I didn't feel the same way, and and it's not like I didn't give it a try. I went back several times, and I put in time each time into it, like, couple hours here, 4 hours there, 5 hours there, left it for like a year, went back and put in another 5 hours, and it was just like, okay, I keep trying and trying and trying, and I'm like, listen, Meg, if you keep trying and it's just not doing it, and you think, well, let me give it another shot, just stop. Because it's just not for you. And that's fine. That's totally cool. So this one doesn't hit my radar. I'm waiting for Fallout 3. That's the one I'm waiting for.
Yeah,
you give me that, and then we're going to sit down and we're going to play that game.
I mean, believe me, I played way too much, like an overload of Fallout 4. And Magnum goes, why are we talking about Fallout again? Well, I don't know if you were awake today, but they released a anniversary edition, and it's got problems, and there's issues with the release and how it is being received and why it's not on Game Pass. We covered all that earlier in the show. But Todd Howard also said that they have tons of people working on Fallout right now. And when he says that, he means they have 100 plus people or whatever it is working on Fallout 76 ongoing content, but they also have, according to me or according to other sources, they have Virtual Studio working on that Fallout 3 remake. And then 2 to 3 years later, they'll have the Fallout New Vegas remake by Virtual Studio. And I think that Todd has also probably relinquished his chokehold on the Fallout franchise, allowing his team plus other co-developed studios to help him make the next Fallout, which is Fallout 5. This also takes us into the other part of Todd Howard's interview today on GQ, where he said that Elder Scrolls 6 is a long ways off. This pisses me off because a person I always rely on when it comes to insider information told me that Elder Scrolls 6 was going to be shown at the last item at the showcase for 2025. And instead, we got Black Ops 6. And so I'm like, if they didn't show it in 2025, surely they're going to show the game in 2026 for release in 2026, maybe. But Todd Howard makes it sound like a long ways off could be, what would that number or that year be translated to you, Mag, when Todd Howard says we're a long ways off for Elder Scrolls 6?
Well, by saying that, he's doing two things. One, he's protecting himself. And the reason why he's protecting himself at that point is that he puts himself a nice buffer that people stop pestering him about it, because obviously it's going to take a really long time. That's kind of the way that guy, that's his modus operandi, right? And so I think that at that point he could say, "Ugh, I just said it. It's gonna bother some people, this and that." However, at the same time, it just bought me like upwards of 5 years where people aren't gonna pester me about the game, because I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but at the same time, it might. It just might. Now, the thing is, if you look at that, and they're working on two things right now, right? You got Fallout 5. The remakes are being dealt with, outside of that hemisphere. But they're working on Fallout 5. They said there's a ton of people working on it, right? Then you've got a lot of people who are working on Elder Scrolls. Now, I spoke to someone who was supposed to not tell me, but it's okay. He didn't really tell me the details, but said that he already played some of the test missions, right? Where you can actually just like run through a side mission, not a main mission, a side mission. And a few of them.
You believe this guy?
Yes, 100%.
That sounds unbelievable to me that they would have people playtesting it outside of their own people, but it just seems so far off.
Who said he's from outside?
Oh, well, there you go. Okay.
But either way, it was just like little tests, like little, like these are like pre alpha tests. It's barely even like dialogue. There's probably a guy standing there with a notebook going, okay, the alpha's going to say, you know what I mean? It was just like trying to check it out. Basically popsicle sticks and stick figures moving around kind of thing, kind of getting an idea. And I'm like, anything else? And he says to me, he goes, I got nothing. He goes, I got nothing else. He goes, just that there's some of those, like that test movement, that kind of thing. Maybe to test animation to see how it works out, how to map how legs move, how arms move, how they react to climbing a wall, or I don't know, whatever the heck they're doing. But either way, he said there was really not much to tell. So my instinct, and of course he didn't want to get into detail, my instinct would tell me that from anything he did tell me is that you're looking at least 3 to 5 years.
Oh my god!
And the way Todd Howard operates. Yeah, but dude, if you think about it, Todd Howard spent 20 years making Starfield. Right? So at that point,
yeah, sure.
I'm just being funny. I'm just being funny. He didn't really spend 20 years developing it.
I mean,
it was 20
why
years.
Should I even fight? Why should I fight it?
It was 16 years in his head. It was 15 years in his head, 5 years in the studio. But anyways, I'm just joking around. But the point is that
you're right.
You're gonna see it either mid next generation. Would be my guess. Not the end. That seems ludicrous. I would think mid-generation. So 3-4 years, 5 years, maybe. Would you expect it any sooner? I don't know.
I'm going to hang my Troy Baker signed Indiana Jones hat on the end of 2027. Right around.
That's not a long way away, though.
I'm going to go with what you said earlier. I don't know why I do this to myself. I'm already waiting another year for Grand Theft Auto, but I don't know. I just have this feeling that the game is further along, and you're right, that he's just trying to get people to stop asking him next year because they're not going to show
That's
it
what
next
I'm
year.
saying.
They're going to show
That's
it
what
the
I'm saying.
year
So
after.
I
I'm
think
going
he
to
bought
predict
himself
right now.
time. Okay,
I
all
agree,
right, go
Meg.
for it.
I'm going to predict,
What's up?
and I'll probably be wrong, but I'm going to predict that, oh gosh, this sounds so abysmal, that in Showcase 2027, June 2027, they're going to show us Elder Scrolls, and it's going to come out at the end of that year. That's been their modest.
So you're talking about the launch of this new PC thing?
Yeah, like right around the launch, because that game is made to run on a Series X and S and PS5, but it'll also run really great and be incredible on the new consoles. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm going to say. I think maybe you're right. Bethesda takes forever to put stuff out, but
I think it's going to be shown. Okay, here's my guess. Maybe 5 years is a little extreme, but here's my guess. I think that when Microsoft launches their new PC, they're going to advertise as part of the launch, and they're showing this is what you're getting this generation kind of thing. They're going to show, just like they did with Hellblade 2, because Hellblade 2 did not come at launch. Remember? And when they start showcasing this new whatever the hell it is, they're going to show Elder Scrolls 6 concurrent with that. So I'm thinking 2027, you're going to see a full, proper reveal of Elder Scrolls 6 in 2027, the year that system launches. Or maybe at the Game Awards 2026. Not this year, another calendar year from now, just like they did with the Series X.
That you and I agree on then. Sure. The reveal
so you remember Series X?
2027. Sure.
When Phil came out and he was just like, the Series X, boxes in the name. And then they came out, he did the little thing, they did the commercial, everybody was freaking out. And then 11 months later, they launched the box, right? I would imagine that the next Game Awards in December of 2026, I think that, well, it probably won't be Phil at that point. Maybe it'll be Sarah Bond, whoever the heck else. They come out and they do a little talk and they're like, here's our new PC, boxes in the name, blah, blah, blah. And then it comes out November 2027. Sorry, every time he says it, it just sounds so funny.
What does box in the name come from?
He said it in an interview when they're like, well, they're talking about Xbox. He goes, well, box is in the name of Xbox, and that's why it's called Xbox. And he actually said that.
When was that? A long time ago, or
it was when he did that apology tour. Well, I don't know which one. There was several. 2024 apology tour or one of those ones.
I don't remember.
I think it was the one where there was it wasn't the one with the three of them. Yeah, it wasn't that one. It was one of those other ones. But anyways, I think he'll announce it. They'll announce it December 2026 for a launch of November 2027. And when they show it at the Game Awards, that's when they're going to show Elder Scrolls next December. December 26th, they show it, and they're saying launching on the new Xbox Magnificent, whatever the hell it's going to be called. I just say call it Xbox Mag, and that's all there is to it. Don't even call it Magnus.
That is pretty smart, saying it's launching. Then they can say technically, if you launch in the first year, you're a launch title, right? That's what they'll do, because his team's going to want an extra 6 months or something when they try and get that game out. I don't know. It's just I see a lot of people saying I'm having a hard time getting excited because we've seen the reveal in 2018, which puts us at how many years ago? 8 years ago?
7.
So,
coming up on 8 years, yes.
Yeah.
Coming up on 8 years.
Yeah, it's 7.5 years. So yeah, people are like, oh, it's hard for me to be excited anymore. And they also say that about this next game. And this is super old news, especially for this game I'm about to say. But this announcement came shortly after we did last Ecstasy podcast. And you and I talked on the phone for 45 minutes after this happened. Grand Theft Auto 6 has been pushed from May to November 19th, 2026, giving them essentially an extra 6 months. Meg, you did a fantastic video about this, and I think a lot of people looked into oh my gosh, I got to keep waiting. They're going to delay it more than this, and I don't even know if I'm excited about Grand Theft Auto anymore because they waited so long, but I want you to explain to these good people. Wait, before you do that, I'm going to read a couple supers. Sure. Meg's going to break down what's really going on with Rockstar.
Right. You read the supers. I'll be right back. I got to grab a glass of water.
Okay. BT Maverick, thank you so much for the member chat. Let me start over. Take a breath. Whenever I'm here by myself, I try to talk really fast because BT Maverick says, get ready for PlayStation games day and date on PC with the PlayStation PC app. That iceberg, some of those PlayStation fanboys are standing on is shrinking. We're going to talk about that, BT, after we talk about Grand Theft Auto. There's some big changes, and it might be kind of scary what it looks like if you're an Xbox fan, you want to play PlayStation games. We'll cover that in a moment. Ruin Vixie, thank you so much for the Canadian $5 super chat. Says, happy Monday, Pookies. Haven't touched Battlefield 6 since Arc Raiders dropped, not going to lie. I didn't even buy it yet. I still don't own Battlefield 6. And when I have time to play games, I am also playing Arc Raiders with this next person who left this member chat. A member for 39 months and a real life friend. That blue number says, I sound like I'm doing Casey Kasem's, his little shout outs here. Who even remembers that Call of Duty is this Friday? Arc Raiders is king. Coming from that blue number to say who even remembers Call of Duty's coming is insane.
Between that and Battlefield 6, Battlefield 6's numbers are still crushing.
Oh, they're still doing well? I thought they took a major hit. Battlefield.
Well, they're still doing
6.
well. Oh, sure, they're going to take a major hit for Arc Raiders because Arc Raiders numbers are pretty big, but it's still doing well. So Call of Duty.
Oh, it's doing great.
Call of Duty's got a situation on its hands. They got to nail the land. They got to stick the landing on this big time because you're getting it from both sides now. So you're getting Arc Raiders and
are we?
Well, not us. You're getting Arc Raiders. You got Arc Raiders and you got Battlefield 6 at the same time. And then yes, Seth Monsters, we do have to play it. You bought it for me, dude. Seth Monsters in the chat. He actually bought me.
Oh, he's the one who got
Arc Raiders.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, and so yeah, Seth Monsters. If you weren't here at the beginning of the show, I was just saying I did the whatever, the tutorial intro like last week. And then today I finally sat down and all I had was 45 minutes, which didn't really get me much. And I got in there, but no Fonz. I'm not saying that live on the air, for Christ's sake. You got Battlefield over here. You got Arc Raiders over here.
You already said enough when you said we're getting it from both ends. Oh,
I didn't say ends. I said both sides. I said sides, not ends. God, you guys' minds are in the gutter, man. You guys need some serious help. And this is coming from me, a very, very mentally sick individual like myself. Oh, here we go. What is this guy's name? Jewelry World, whatever the hell is. Yeah, sorry.
Noisy Mofo said you did say from both ends. You said
I did not.
You said
did I
rear
really?
to mouth. Colt.
I did not say that.
Tonight.
Now you're just making up words. That's so funny. That's so funny. I'm sorry. Continue with the super chats, and then I got to deal with somebody in the chat.
Okay.
Afterwards.
Look at me, the broke boy. Thank you so much for the $2 super.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Blue Wolf, Renegade, and that red number. It's funny when we're playing the game. Since there's randoms around, I call Holly blue and I call red, and so I'm like, I need a name. Like I need to go by green or something, or yellow or chartreuse. That's what I'll be. It'll be blue, red, and chartreuse. Hey, chartreuse, get over here. We're about to extract. Me Puppet, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says,
what's up, buddy?
Are you disagreeing with Mag a little bit? 3 was really good. Fallout 4, I think, was just as good, maybe slightly better. That Mag, the combat in Fallout 4 is so good. Like,
okay.
It's like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 when it comes to like the gunplay and moving around and then the real time VATS. Just
I had no issue with the gameplay.
I
had no issue with the gameplay and the gunplay. No,
but 3 is a better game. 3 is a better game.
I would probably put them. Stand your ground.
No,
stand your ground.
There's so many things that I mean. When you said everything I would have said about how 3 just has all the immersion and the dire feeling.
Right.
We'll just be beating a dead horse, but I got to put them really close to. And I know that 3 is like considered the greatest of all time, but 4 is really up there. So
it'd be interesting though. How about this? Fallout 3 with Fallout 4's gameplay mechanics, updated, better shooting, all that kind of stuff. Whatever. I think that's what I'm saying. So then it'll be a little bit of a better package, which I'm
it'll
all
be
for.
Amazing.
Infinity Nerd, what did I do? He puts in the chat, shut up, Mag, with a laughing emoji.
I don't know if the Fallout 3 remake will. I'm sure they're going to modernize the combat feel. But if it is even close to Fallout 4's combat, and now there's going to be people who are like, the gunplay's trash in Fallout 4. You just have to go back and play it. It's really good. It's just, for a Fallout game, it's incredible. I don't know how to say that. But you're right, Meg. If Fallout 3 makes the game look a little nicer and the models don't look so stilted, and,
right.
it would be amazing. Danny Pash Official, thanks for the 2, says, I haven't played Arc Raiders because of Battlefield 6. Laugh out loud. So there's,
what's funny? I agree with Danny Passion. Danny Passion and I are friends, and it's funny because I can't put Battlefield 6 down. I mean, it wasn't just because I wanted to put in all the time for the review and everything else. I closed it. Excuse me. I closed it on almost 100 hours because I just can't stop playing the damn game. And it just and I even said that in the review. I'm like, I found myself night after night ignoring a monster backlog of AAA bangers in my, just sitting there staring at me, like just emaciated, going, please feed us. And I'm like, no, not tonight, going back to the battlefield. And I just get sucked in. And all of a sudden, the next thing you know, it's 2 a.m. And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get up soon. It's like, you can't stop playing. In fact, I want to play tonight as soon as we get off the air, but I'm not going to. I'm just kidding. But Danny, I got you, bro. I get it, man. I get it. Carry on. Sorry.
Well,
I love Danny.
It's time for you to carry on. So tell us what's going on with Grand Theft Auto. I told everybody here that we'd get back to it once I covered some questions. Well, what's going on with Battlefield 6? Give us everything. We broke down some good stuff in the call.
Yeah, I know, Infinity Nerd. I'm just joking around, buddy. I know. As soon as I saw... listen, they call it Project Magnus. I figure you just call it Xbox Mag at this point. And then just put my stupid face. Listen, my head is round. Just stick my face on the thing and put an X through it. That's the insignia done. There you go. It'll cost you nothing.
Bent holes right here. Just all the
bent
holes at the top. Yeah.
That's it. And here we go. Here's this guy. Look, I don't know if it's Jewelry World 617. He goes, Source, trust me, bro. Listen, I haven't heard that one for the last 2 years. I also have been right almost 95% of the time, except for one thing that was a little bit off. But either than that, I've never claimed to be an insider. Never will be. I just talk to people that work there, and they tell me some cool stuff. There you go. That's it. And I've never made $1 off it. I don't make clickbait videos. I make lots of videos and I do my shows and stuff, but I don't do clickbait stuff. I don't do any of that nonsense. I just say that unless somebody says, that insider work, bud. Yeah. I don't like that title. I never like that name because there's a stigma that comes with that. And I'm like, no. I just talk to people who work there. And when people say things funny, or they're like, hey man, I tried this today. And I'm like, oh, cool. How was it like? And he goes, well, I can't really tell you, but it's, it exists. I'm like, all right, cool. And then there's some things I'm allowed to tell you, like I told you a couple things here and there, but then some things are way too sensitive. And there's, anyways, that's all there is to it. Nothing to it. Now let's get into Grand Theft Auto. I did a video on the Friday night, and that's when they delayed the game, right? Was it the Friday or the Thursday? I can't remember now. Either way, it didn't matter.
I think it was Thursday.
It was Thursday.
It wasn't long after we did the show.
Right. Okay. So it was Thursday night. They ended up doing that, and then what ended up happening is they delayed the game. It was during the earnings call, whatever else, and then of course we kind of knew it was coming, but we figured it was coming because they usually delay minimum 2 or 3 times per game, and they've done this before. They've done it with Red Dead Redemption. They've done it with GTA 5. They did it with GTA 4. Like I said, we've seen it over and over and over. Now, the thing is, I put up this video saying, "Oh, like a total douche canoe." I'm sitting there in my video going, well, they're going to take, I'm regurgitating what the corporation says. And I'm like, they're going to take the time. Yeah. Well, yeah. And I'm sitting there gobbling it up like an idiot. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, they're taking the extra time to make it polished. So we're going to get that 60 FPS mode and this and that. And it's going to be wonderful and this and that. And then I put up the video, and then someone reached out from across the pond and said, do you want to know what's really going on? Sent me a link.
The biggest reveal.
Everything that this person's saying here is 100% true. He goes, I'm not getting involved. And I'm like, okay, well, so I looked into it and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know all this other stuff was happening. I had no idea. And of course you think obviously Take-Two is going to walk away from the controversy because, that's what they do. They create the mess, right? They proverbially, there's the proverbial poop on the carpet, and instead of cleaning it up, they just walk away. So you know what I mean? And so that's what they do. They create these messes, and then they just ignore it like it's not happening. So I looked into the situation for anybody who didn't know what's going on. What's going on there is that there's a ton of issues at Rockstar Games. There's issues where there's about 400 employees there. A lot of them want union representation. In order to do so, you require at least 10%. Okay. And in order to do that, you need about 10% or so of the people to agree with it. Then they can come in and then they can have a talk and then they can have representation. Now, the thing is, it's funny that 10% of about 45 people, about 400 people in the state is approximately 35 to 40 people on staff is what you required. Isn't it funny that in the same time that happens, 35 to 40 people were fired, and then of course there was accusations of union busting going on and everything else with Rockstar, and then the employees. So there was that happening, and I'm like, oh, this is all starting to come together. And then you pan out and you look outside of Rockstar North, and what's going on? The staff's not even working; they're picketing. No one showed that. No one talked about that. Take-Two completely ignored that. The millionaires and billionaires on the earnings call don't care about that. And the funny thing is, that just shows you, ladies and gentlemen, that these people that are on the upper echelon don't care about you at all. So remember that. Remember that they don't care about you. All they care about is their almighty dollar and their families and their cheating wives and everything else that's going on. They don't care about any of that stuff. All they care about is their golf clubs, their billion-dollar mansions, whatever the hell else. And they don't think about that. The fact that outside the studio, instead of people working, there's 400 people super pissed off because they're mistreated, they're mismanaged, they're overworked, and on top of that, they're not being heard. And when they tried to get a union in there to be heard, they were fired for it. And then they were fired under the false pretenses. They were fired under the false pretenses of gross misconduct, of saying they leaked information on, what the hell is it called? What are we on here right now? Discord. Sorry, I couldn't remember if it was Reddit or Discord. Sorry, and I'm looking at the insignia. That they were leaking information on Discord. The staff were denied union representation. They were denied legal representation, both illegal in the UK and in Canada. On top of that, they asked them to reproduce the Discord comments or links showing that they leaked information, and Rockstar did not produce them. That is a violation of not only human rights, that is a violation of employee rights at that point. You can destroy these guys in court if you get the proper representation. And so that all happened. And I'm sitting there the day before like this going, they're going to use the extra time for polish. Listen, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Listen, this is an uncomfortable conversation, but listen, this is a conversation that has to be said and it has to be talked about. And so the thing is that, yes, they will use that extra time for polish. They will get the game done. But they lied. They were literally being deceitful as to the reasons of the true reasons of this delay. They are in strife over there with their staff. And
like
this
no
is the
one's working
mistreatment
right now.
Well, I'm sure somebody's working, but like the majority of them are standing outside with picket signs. I saw it. They were in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
They're like all this with their picket signs outside. And I'm like, you do it. You have the balls. You have the ball. This is what rich people.
Is this just in the UK, Mag, or is it because
they're like
Rockstar has have
Rockstar in Canada as well?
Okay, so but most of their work's being done in the UK, where the main Rockstar studio is. Okay,
correct. So what happened? Waffle pies. He says, "Poor Goofy."
Poor Goofy.
Sorry, that was my Goofy impression. Yeah. So
give me my effing money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is at this point, they fired 3 or 4 people from Canada. The rest of them were in the UK from the 2 different divisions or whatever, right? And hey, whatever, man. And listen, the point is that at the same time, at all of this, it's just you're looking at the situation. You're like, okay, this is not a good situation. There are people that are literally reaching out and starting to spill out their guts and really talking about it and saying, hey, this is what's happening and whatever else and blah, blah, blah. And they're saying, listen, all that stuff. Some people are saying, oh, it's debunked. But then there's people out there reaching out. They're like, no, 100% this is happening. This is real. There is a major problem happening over at Rockstar right now. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. And this is one of the reasons why there is such a major delay. And of course, at this point, on top of that, you've got such a a disconnect between management and the staff that they just can't get their act together. And this is something that we're also hearing about with Fable, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I know. That's
but it's not
frustrating.
like it's not just that. It's not just the it's not just, like I said, we'll talk about the Fable thing later. But the thing is, that's not just management and the staff. That's also staff versus staff, because there's two different divisions and they're fighting over the Forza engine situation. And
yeah, but when it comes to Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar, aren't we looking at like a month setback time as they get people back in and make negotiation agreements with the union? Because they can't outright deny them the union, but if they're doing some kind of shady stuff, there's a lot of political stuff there. That's hard to talk about. But is that because they're saying, what is it? 6 months until the release of the original release date. And now they're going to give themselves an additional 6 months. And I was saying to you on the phone the other night, I'm like, don't they figure they can get this ironed out in a month's time? So they're going to lose a month of progress. So let's just say we've got it set for November.
They probably factored that in. And they're like, listen, we're going to lose, let's say from now till New Year's.
Yeah.
Right. And then they probably factored that in and they said, listen, we only actually need 7 more months to get this thing together or whatever else, or 6 more months to get it together. It's already finished. We already know that all the content of the game is 100% completely finished. We know that. Now it's just at that polishing stage, but they've been at that polishing stage for quite a while. So I know that Jez talked about that. I talked about that, that they're already finished. Like the game is 100% completed. It's ready to go. It's just now it's the tweaking, the bugs, the polish, all that kind of stuff. It's basically like it's the Hollywood version of post-production, right? You're doing all the editing at this point, plugging in the music. Oh, fix that special effect. That cape looks stupid there. You know what I mean? Like little things like that. So they're going to be tweaking all these things for the next little while. But they probably factored in at least from now until January 1st or January 3rd, whenever they decide to go back to work, let's say. I'm not saying they're not working. And no one's saying that they're like not in the studio. I'm going to say there are a lot of issues going on. But maybe they bought this time. Now, the other thing is I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I really don't know. But the other thing is that there's also the stock situation. I talked to some people who are talking about that. There are differing opinions there. And I had my initial reaction was, well, that's perfect for the stockholders. That's perfect for the investors. Okay, so you look at something like that. The stock dropped 20.2% the same day. No, sorry, 1 day later. No, sorry, the same day it dropped 18%. The next day it dropped 20.2%. Right? That is a wet dream for any investor. Now, I talked to some other investors saying, no. Real investors ride the wave. That's what they do. And I'm like, sure they do. But if you have, let's say, 1,000 stock, okay, you got you got 1,000 in Take-Two Interactive, you see a 20.2% drop, knowing that this thing is going to skyrocket to triple that, quadruple that eventually by the end of the year, especially when the game gets closer to release and things start to going on the up and up. I buy another 1,000 shares, right? And that's what you do. Yeah. So yeah, sure, you ride the wave of what you already got invested, but then I would double it up. That's like doubling down when you're playing blackjack. You know when to do it, when not to do it. And then that's the time that you double down. And I'd be like, no, throw another 1,000 shares in there. I'm going to get in there at a 20.2% drop. And then this thing's going to skyrocket to like triple. And then off you go to the races and they make millions and they all laugh at the rest of us who are just sitting here like arguing about it.
Yeah, well, Grand Theft Auto 6 is set to make back all of its money.
Of course they will.
In the first
before
week.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Dude, before December, they'll already make whatever it costs them. I don't know. They're saying upwards of $1 billion, whatever the heck it is. They'll make that back before December 1st. Before Mariah Carey starts singing, they'll already have made their money back. Yeah. Exactly. And then they're like, cha-ching. It's it.
Yeah. They will. They know it. And Rockstar games come out perfectly polished and almost flawless. So that I'm not worried about. It's just the long wait just gets longer. I want to squash a rumor that has passed around the Xbox community that was reported in some podcasts and videos about the future of Grand Theft Auto in the next Xbox console. There is a rumor. I should put this in a timestamp. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being patient.
That is always amazing, man.
They are amazing. Okay, at a minute 9 or an hour 9. next gen Xbox launch titles. Okay, there. This has been easier. I've been putting those in. As soon as the show's done, timestamps are there. No one's like, "Where's my timestamps?" There's rumors being pushed.
Someone asked me to do that like a month ago. I'm like, "Hey, I'm on it. I've never done it."
Yeah, it's
because I just keep talking. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about half the time. I'm like, what are you going to timestamp? I do 36 subjects in in the first hour and a half. I don't even know what am I going to timestamp?
Yeah, and X and C is usually 6 to 8 topics, so we just kind of kick it around there a little bit. There's a rumor going around in the Xbox gaming podcast community that Grand Theft Auto is going to miss the November 2026 date. But if it doesn't, some of these Xbox fans believe that the next Xbox OEM console will give them Grand Theft Auto 6 at high fidelity on a brand new piece of hardware. So this rumor stems from the possibility that the end of 2027, Xbox will come out with their first party hybrid PC console, basically an Xbox with access to Windows. But the rumor is that in 2026, a year before, 1 year from now, that OEMs like ROG will make their own, which they do right now, will make their own PC or console like PC, and they will sell it, and it'll have the Xbox full screen experience on it. I want to squash this rumor. I've seen thumbnails, I've seen tweets going about it. Going to squash this rumor to the best of my knowledge. The Xbox OEM console, if one comes out that is supported software-wise by Xbox, will absolutely not play your games, just like this Xbox ROG Ally X over here will not play all of your console games. The next Xbox OEM console will not have, to the best of my knowledge, will not have the Xbox AMD chip in it, so it will not be able to play Grand Theft Auto 6. I want you to go back and watch that trailer, and unless something changes from Rockstar, that trailer says at the bottom, PS5, Xbox Series S and X consoles, which means no other device will be able to play that unless you stream it from your console. And
so would you be playing like a backwards compatibility version of it then, like on this new Project Mag?
The Project Mag, the Xbox MAGG.
It's not Magnus anymore, by the way. It's Mag, period.
So you're gonna call the Xbox MAGG will come out in 2027, to the best of my knowledge, at the end of the year, and you'll be able to play Grand Theft Auto 6 on that because it will have back compat with Xbox Series.
That's what I'm saying. So you're getting the backwards compatible version of the Xbox Series game, not you're not getting a high-powered PC version of this game, obviously, because the PC version wouldn't even be out at that point.
Yeah, the PC version won't exist. Yeah, you're right.
However, hold on. However, it just might, though, in 27, not 26.
Right.
But because I know that there was talk about it coming out, like some people saying, oh, it's coming 26. I'm like, guys, I don't even think they've left the virtual stage of piecing together this Project Mag. Right. So I'm like, I don't even think they've got back past the virtual stage. Like even the PS6 is still in, what's his name? Church Lady even said it. He's like, we're still, Bob Ross there. Yeah. And he's like, we're still in the virtual stage now. He goes like, we're actually like piecing it together virtual. And then we're test running it that way before we even build one. So I would imagine Xbox would be at the same point. Now, the thing is, sure, if Grand Theft Auto 6 does launch on November 19th, 2026, an entire year later, they drop a PC port, I could see that. However, do you think a PC port is coming that soon? Do you think they'll drop a PC port that soon? Or do you think they won't really care at that point because they're already going to be making gangbusters on the console? They'll double, triple their investment in no time. So I don't know, like, is there any rush to do it? Or are they going to want to really sit down and spend their time on it and release a proper deluxe edition, bug-free, I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm just spitballing here. Like, what do you think? Chat, what do you think? I want to know what the chat thinks.
Yeah, I'll watch the chat as well. Red Dead Redemption 2 launched on PC November 2019, which would be a year and a month after, I'm pretty sure it was October.
Wasn't it?
But a year and a month after the Xbox and PlayStation version did. So,
when did Red Dead 2 drop? Because I remember playing that on the Xbox One X.
Yeah, October 2018. If I
So
remember.
a year after the One X
Yeah,
came out.
Xbox.
Because I had the One X.
Release date. It was like October 26th or something. Oh, there it is. October
One X.
26th. October
Okay, so
26th.
that was okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's what I'm thinking. So what happened is I bought the One X the year before, and in 2017, right? Wasn't it November 2017, whatever the hell it was? And then they dropped Red Dead 2 almost a year later, and it was the only game. It was the only platform you can get 4K on and all that kind of jazz. So maybe they're maybe that's what people are thinking in this situation too. However, I don't think that you're getting that console in 2026, regardless of a 25-year anniversary.
Oh,
I don't think that's happening.
Jeez. Well,
I don't know. I mean,
Mag, are you ready for this?
Listen, man, we don't know.
Are you ready for this? You're going to hear it first from Mag and Cole.
Oh, okay. All right.
Video Game Awards 2026, exactly 1 year from now, a year and a month from now.
Right.
Xbox Magnus gets its actual reveal.
That's what I was saying. I said that an hour ago on the show here.
I know you did.
I was saying they're going to do that, and then one of the showcases is going to be Elder Scrolls 6. And they'll say, this generation on Project Mag.
Yep. @OA2 says, no shot. Kepler already said. Write again, A2, and tell me what you are talking about that Kepler already said, because I read a lot of his tweets as well. I think you're probably saying Kepler already said that the chips won't be ready by 2026 from the
There's no
console
way.
manufacturers. And I agree.
Wouldn't we have already heard a massive ramp up of
Magnus won't be out in 27 according to Kepler?
Oh, it won't be out in 27.
Until 27. Yes, thank you, A2.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, until. Yeah. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we
you, bro.
like. Any of the information. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Yeah. I was going because I was.
Yeah. Like no. We would have heard about a massive ramp up of production of chips and everything else that's going on, the manufacturing. We would have heard something by now. There would be rumblings. The machines would be turning. You know what I mean? The machines of war would be like turning and rumbling and ready to rock and building these. Now, I'm not saying they're going to build 25 million of these things because the price point is going to be, well, we already had a lot of discussions about that. However, we would still know something. And the fact that we've heard nothing means it's still in virtual stage. You're not getting it in 26, and you're not getting a superior version. You're going to get you're going to get if anything, in 27 when the thing launches, and if Rockstar decides to launch the PC version with sometime that year, then yes, you will get an open platform version of GTA 6 that you will be able to play on Project Mag. So you know what I'm saying? And it's just.
Are you ready for
so
this,
you will
Mag?
be. You'll get your 60 FPS 4K with ray tracing, or maybe not. I don't know, depending on how powerful or expensive that thing is. Yes, Colt.
Paris Lilly is in the chat. Paris Lilly.
What does he want?
He wants the truth. Dang it! He wants the truth. Great content creator, covers PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo.
I didn't see his name. I've been staring at the chat the whole time.
It doesn't say Paris on there because YouTube changed how usernames are showcased. I don't know why.
Yeah, but dude, his name was Paris for like I've always seen the name Paris. I don't see it.
Yeah, YouTube did something dumb. YouTube's like, hey, let's try this and be stupid. Marcelo 696 or Paris says,
"Oh, there it is."
He's gonna. I don't know what you call it when a third person co-signs, but he's saying you will see the next Xbox in November of 2026, but not out until 2027 in November.
That's pretty much we're on board. Okay.
It's not the Game Awards.
Marcello.
It's not. I think you're right, Mag. It's not the Game Awards.
It'll be the 25th anniversary.
25th anniversary of Xbox. They'll say,
okay,
here's your Halo campaign evolved, and here's what next generation looks like for 10 million of you.
Amazing. 8 to 10 million.
Every week you lower that number?
No, I know.
It was 300 million like a month ago.
It was 10 to 12 was the internal projection, but either way, that's kind of funny. And then, of course, I want Phil to come out. Listen, I don't want him to retire before that because I want him to show up at the Game Awards and reintroduce it for anybody who doesn't watch the Xbox 25th anniversary thing. And I want him to come out the stage and Mag is in the name. And today we're going to show you Elder Scrolls 6 coming out in 2047. I hope you enjoy the show.
They're like, we decided to name the Xbox console after a mediocre YouTuber and podcaster.
Oh, come on. I would fly to LA and tackle him right off that stage. His handlers wouldn't even be able to catch me.
Like the side
I would
tackle
dodge around
off
them
camera?
like I would dodge around them like the running back for the Buffalo Bills. No, well, not this week, but like usually every other week. Cook, just do this, do a double move, and then that's it. Phil's down.
Phil's so skinny though, he could just kind of turn to the side. You'd go right by him.
I miss him and I fall into the orchestra pit.
Yeah.
I land on the timpanis. Dum, 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 psh. Yeah. Sorry, my life is a Looney Tunes cartoon.
I know both of ours are. Yeah. Of course it's Paris in the chat. I know who it is. It's just they changed the way. Yeah, like one of my moderators has a number on the end of their name because, YouTube's like, we like to change things for absolutely no reason.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. Paris is actually Italian now. So his name is Marcello. Come stai, signor? Yeah, there it is. Buonasera, Marcello.
I want Mag to pick this for me, but BT Maverick says, Colt, use your favorite Reservoir Dog character, and that'll be your color name. Do you remember the movie Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah, Mr. Pink or Mr. White?
Yeah, so you get to pick what my name's going to be. Who's your favorite Reservoir Dog in the movie?
I mean, Harvey Keitel was so good. I don't remember what color he was.
He was white. He was Mr. White, wasn't he?
Was Mr. White? I always thought that Steve Buscemi was like.
I think he was Pinky. He was pink.
He was Mr. Pink. Yeah, I think that. Yeah. Why do I have to be pink? That was funny.
Right. Yeah, Reservoir Dogs.
That's funny. I got to go with Mr. Pink. Yeah, Steve Buscemi as Mr. Pink is the funniest.
I'm looking for Wikipedia. TV series? Who in the heck watched a TV series in 2021 and 2023?
There's a Reservoir Dogs TV series?
Gross.
There's no way. There's no way that happened.
I wanted to say something about a movie real quick. My wife and I went and saw Tron Ares.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty dope in IMAX. Yeah.
I watched it in a regular theater. I really liked it. I thought I was going to hate it. I don't like Jared Leto, and I really, really liked him.
You know what? I like Jared Leto. I like Jared Leto. I think he's intense. Yeah. But you know what? I heard that Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails there. I heard his soundtrack is effing dope.
Dude, I'm sorry, guys. I don't like Nine Inch Nails, but oh my gosh, his music was incredible. And you guys probably don't know this, but Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails, before he started Nine Inch Nails, he was in a really lame Femi keyboard band, like with the spiked hair, like, and I ran. So he was like in one of those, like a wannabe Flock of Seagulls band.
Weird Science.
And he was like in the, she blinded me with science. And he's in the back.
I love that song.
With like a silk blazer on and his hair spiked over. And he's playing the keyboards, and these guys are up front doing this new wave thing. And he was a total keyboard nerd, but he found his voice with Nine Inch Nails. And when you pull his roots of 80s new wave keyboard tech, like whatever, it was awesome. I don't know. I'm just going to say, if you can stand to lose $11, go see Tron Ares.
Jesus Christ. It costs $11 to go see a movie there? Crap. It's like $20 in Canada. Crud.
Noisy Mofo said, I fell asleep from Tron. Badlands is good. Badlands looks cool. But I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It was just good. It was just
my wife had never seen Prey. And I forced her to watch it last month. I'm like, sit your ass down and you're going to watch Prey tonight. Because she's a Predator fan. And I'm like, then sit down and watch this movie. So she sat down and she's like, and then I rewatched it and I'm like, my God. And it's the same director, by the way, that did Badlands. And I'm sitting there, I'm watching Prey and I'm like,
when did Prey come out?
Badass, 2021. I'm like, this is one seriously badass Predator movie. It is awesome. It is very much like the old one, like the original one. And then, of course, they had to do the throwback line, the Schwarzenegger line. The indigenous guy, he was the chief of war, or the war chief. And then he says, if it bleeds, we can kill it. And I was like, that was a Schwarzenegger line from the first one. You remember that? When Carl Weathers is like, what the hell's out there in that damn jungle? And then he looks and he goes,
what war are you, Stallion?
Yeah. Come on, Stallion. And he's like, if it bleeds, we can kill it. And I was just like, yeah, they did the throwback line. But anyways, Prey is such a good
what's
movie.
Prey about? Is it they land on a planet and it's
1719. You haven't seen it? Holy crud. Listen, I'm not going to say much about it. I'll give you the premise and that's it. Chat, do not spoil it for him. I will literally reach through this microphone. It takes place in 1719 here on Earth, dude. And then a predator lands and starts preying. No pun intended,
it takes place
or
way back in the day in a jungle.
Yeah, in the northern plains, the northern Great Plains, which is basically like North Dakota, Canada, Alberta, and whatever. And it's predator versus the indigenous what the hell?
Native Americans.
Which tribe is it?
The Cherokees, I think.
No, it wasn't Cherokee. It was Comanche.
Comanche.
Yeah, it's Comanche tribe. And it's like a predator with all this advanced technology versus people with like bow and arrows and tomahawks.
I mean, isn't that what that video game, the original Prey is like that? The original Prey video game? Or is this, is it a Predator game or movie? Is it a,
the movie Prey, it's just called Prey, but it is 100% a Predator movie. It's a Predator.
2022.
And it does the same, like, I mean, I love that sound. Like, especially like you see like they're on the warpath and then all of a sudden you hear the sound and you're like, oh shit, what's that? And you're looking around and then like they're all like slowly pulling their bows and arrows and they're all doing the thing. They're going rip, 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 to each other, like giving the signs, and all you hear is that. Sorry, I can do the Predator real well. My wife loves it. Anyways, dude, it's violent. It is gory as hell. Dismemberments, decapitations, spine ripping. It is awesome. Dude, it's so good. And so you've got, like I said, you've got the indigenous Comanche tribe, plus you have French settlers from Canada, rock on, and then like from Quebec, right? Because you got the ones from Quebec went over to Alberta, down through the United States into like North Dakota, across the prairies and stuff like that. And so you've got all these like 17th century settlers versus this futuristic predator. Interesting little note. At the end of the movie, and of course I'm not going to say anything, it ties into Predator 2, the one with Danny Glover. And that's all I'll say.
Okay. I've got...
There, BT Maverick nailed it. French Indian War, Native Americans, that's when it takes place. And the movie's called Prey. It's so good.
This is going to sound kind of lame, but I don't watch a lot of movies. I don't keep up on movies very well, like only half keep up with them because...
You're going to watch this one. You're going to watch
some
Prey
movies that I don't...
to me next week.
There's some movies that I might need to watch by myself, like does my wife want to watch Prey with me? Maybe not. But am I going to take the time to watch a 2-hour movie when I could be sitting here playing a game or
playing
working
Fallout
on
4
content?
For the 80th time?
Play what?
Play Fallout 4 for the 80th time? It's only an hour and 40 minutes. It's only an hour and 40 minutes of your life, but be warned, it is very gory. And it's it's very much like the original film. Actually, even Predator 2 was pretty gory. The one in LA, I love that movie. I love both of them. They were great movies. But this one is pretty, like it's a lot. Like even my son was sitting there watching it, and he's just like,
"How dare you?"
Yeah. What?
I'm not going to take that abuse. I've played Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 19 7,000 times with a knife and a rocket launcher.
Dude, listen. I was going to say Predator. Resident Evil is meant to be played multiple times, and that is why the games are not as long as they need to be. They were designed to be played multiple times. For example, my complaints about Silent Hill 2 and Chronos, which are fantastic games that I finished this fall, by the way, of course, in front of all my maggots as we streamed the entire game start to finish. The problem is that the games are too damn long, and they have like 4 like alternate endings, and I'm like, you want me to go back and play it 20 hours again? Are you insane? That's not happening. Resident Evil, you can rip through them in like 4 or 5 hours. And then that's why they do it for multiple playthroughs, because it unlocks more stuff.
Okay. All right.
Fallout 4 is only meant to be played once. And then twice when they release an anniversary edition.
And then none when it's broken. Okay.
Birdman,
Well,
I agree with you.
hey.
Although there's some people in the chat who disagree with me.
Some 4XP will get me juiced up for an hour and 45 minutes.
Dude,
Ultra
it's an
Nightmare.
hour and 40. That includes credits. So the movie's only about an hour 31. Take your Ultra Nightmare and then watch an Ultra Nightmare right on the screen. It's actually pretty scary too.
And drink your water. What are you doing if you're not drinking water and put 4XP in it? It's awesome. Shout
That's
out to
exactly what
4XP.
you should be doing. Shout out
Danny
to
Passion.
4XP.
Shout out to them. Says with the $2, Strike Point on Battlefield 6 is crazy addictive. Strike Point. All right. I need to get it. Boner Jams from Under the Bus Network.
It's so good.
I got to play it.
Dude, it's so good. I'm playing Conquest nonstop right now. And the thing is, and I don't want to get into it, but I'm just going to say it real quick. The thing is, I know some people don't like that. I did put this in my review that I recognized it, but like to hell with it. They made the maps a little bit smaller and a lot more manageable. So it doesn't feel like you're going on like Forrest Gump running across America. Like, you know, he's like, I started running. And it's like 17 hours later, I finally get to Alpha or Bravo. You know what I mean? And then I get shot in the head. And then I'm back to Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest, run. And then it goes, and I started running to Bravo. Right? Like they shorten the maps up so you can actually feel like you're, you know, you can actually interact. So some people don't like that, like the hardcore purists. Those are probably the same people that are pissed off that they're going to add sprint and aim down sights in Halo. But it, like, you know, it is what it's going to be. I'm like, listen, man, they made the maps manageable. So you feel like you can get from one area to the end. And anyways, Conquest is amazing, but Strike Point is chef's kiss as well. The game is wonderful. Sorry.
Fawn says, Mag, drink your Ovaltine.
Come on, Fonz. I saw that. What the hell? Dude, you're older than me, bro.
No,
I already passed Ovaltine.
You guys are the same age, and I'm like...
No, I think he's older. I think he's older than me.
Well, it depends on when his birthday is. I think we're both...
I mean, he looks
the same
way
age.
older. He looks way older.
Fonz gives a super and goes, Colt, thank you, Fonz. I am playing Red Dead Redemption 2 right now. Did you start it over, Fonz? Because I will put down Fallout 4 like a sick, mangy coyote, and I will play Red Dead Redemption 2 all over again with mods. It'll be great. Yeah, all right. Boner Jams from Under the Bus Network, a good friend of the show. Check them out on YouTube, on UTB Podcast. Says, Yo, Colt, I'll bring the Neo Geo AES tomorrow. I reviewed the guidelines. We're clear. Happy Monday, boys. The Neo Geo. 4 bright buttons and 1 joystick.
Correct.
Classic song, yeah. 78 Incorporated US Gaming, who keyed me in on some news that I shared on Twitter a couple weeks ago, or a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Good guy. Says, so, will they still charge $100+ for Grand Theft Auto 6 right now? My prediction, and I'd love to hear what Mags is, I think it's going to be $60 or $70 game. I don't know why I said 60. I don't think it's going to be 100. I think the standard, if you want, the lowest one that gives you access to the campaign is going to be $70. That's going to be my prediction. What do you think, Mag?
Whoa. Hold on a second. I've been around enough lawyers to know to pick apart your statement there. Okay. And Gaz is not a lawyer. He's just a scumbag pretending to be a lawyer.
Yeah, maybe.
Because real lawyers do coke and drink copious amounts of alcohol.
He has said some things that make me think he's on something sometimes. But
I'm just kidding, Gaz. I know you're sleeping right now, which of course he's not. He's playing Battlefield.
He takes a white gummy. He's like, I can't afford Coke, so I take white gummy and I do a line of 4XP.
Well, obviously he's a lawyer in England. He's not making any money. He has to wear those white. I wonder if he has to wear one of those white wigs like Mozart.
Yeah, he has to wear like those spats. And Mozart.
If he has to wear the white powdered wig, I need to know. Like, I need to see it. I have to see that.
So let me throw a wrench in the gears.
Does he change his whole accent?
Your Honor. I'm going to throw a wrench in the gears and be super racist for a moment. Everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, all right."
That's not a good way to start a conversation.
I know, isn't it great?
That's a terrible way to start a sentence. But anyways, carry on.
I was at a baseball game with my brothers and my dad in Los Angeles, and they had it was Mexican Culture Day, and they had like all the dancing and the music, and the women were wearing like those bright colored dresses, and the men were wearing the cowboy hats, and they were doing all this like choreographed dancing. And it was a big thing, and I thought, what would that be like if it was American Day. I'm like, we don't have anything. Like, we don't have.
Yes, you do.
What would we wear? And so I'm like, if we had like American Day where we all dress like Benjamin Franklin and have like a kite with a key on it, like what would we wear if it was like American Culture Day? Would we be dressed like cowboys? Would we be dressed like what would it be? I got to ask you. You're the resident foreigner here. You're from Italy.
That's an interesting thing. That's an interesting thing to say, because yes, most of it North America was of course founded by settlers from Europe, right? So most of it is European. Yes. Most of it is European traditions and stuff like that. Some of them were created over time here. Like for example, Thanksgiving. Europeans have no idea what Thanksgiving is, but the settlers and everything created that whole kind of thing or whatever. So Thanksgiving was kind of American created. Yes, I saw 4XP in the chat. Oh, yeah. we were shaking it up, baby. Look at that.
Yep, shake it up.
Sweet, yeah.
Emotion.
I can't sing because I'm still getting over. I was sick all last week. So after we did the show on Monday, I woke up Tuesday sick. I was sick all the way till the weekend. So like my voice is coming and going. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
He said, "What podcast did I walk into?" Yeah. So the joke. I'm asking Mag, like, what would American culture or apparel garb be like? Because I've seen what other countries do, but I'm like, what do we do? Like, what would we wear? Like, what is considered like the American outfit?
Well, there wouldn't really be one because, like I said, you guys are a melting pot of so many different things, just like Canada. Canada's a melting pot of what? French settlers, English settler, like British. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're basically part of we were and sort of still are part of the British Commonwealth, for crying out loud. And then of course the rest of us moved over there, and there's everything here. There's Italians, there's East Indians, all that kind of stuff, and whatever else.
Funky Playbox goes, "Isn't American culture just obesity?" That was not nice. I love this I love the country I live in, but I think about how
holy crap.
Mag nails it, because America exists because all these people came over here from Ireland, Scotland, UK, Europe, everywhere. And so when everyone says like, oh, this is our culture, or this is what our skin color is, I'm like, no, bro,
there's an argument to
everything.
There's an argument to be said about the indigenous that were here before us, and then we had a war with them, kind of thing, and then we didn't really take on that culture that much. I'm
a 64th of that. I can't wear a headdress and like do traditional dance or their thing. Because
you get murdered. Speaking of Mexican, like Mexican Heritage Day or whatever. Mm-hmm. Check this bottle out, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ka from Mexico, straight from Mexico, and it's hand painted. This one is a hand painted clay bottle of tequila. It is absolutely beautiful. I had it shipped from Mexico because you can't buy it here in Canada, and it's really nice. And it's got like that. Look at all this. All this artwork is hand painted. Yes, gorgeous. Limited edition bottle I got. And anyways, yeah, wonderful. I just thought I'd bring that up.
That's really cool.
So anyways, video games. What the hell were we talking about? We were in the middle of talking about something, and then we got rudely interrupted by Fonz, most likely.
Yes, and then Fonz said he was playing Red Dead, and then he said that he would drink Ovaltine, and that I didn't know what to wear on American Heritage Day.
There was something we were talking about. What the hell were we talking about? Chad, help us out. I know we were talking about like Predator for a bit, but I think we got back to video games. I remember we were talking about the prices. You wanted to ask me what you think, what I think the price is. I know. I see what happens when you don't drink for like 6 days. Your brain starts working again, folks. So what I'm thinking is, I don't know, dude. I mean, do you think that that's going to be the threshold? Do you think that's going to be the breaking point for the $80 game? Let's not forget that Xbox planned on launching Outer Worlds 2 at $80. You remember that? And then they had to sheepishly walk that back when everybody banged, like basically just slapped them into the dirt. And they're like, no, you're not doing that. So they walked it back. Let's also not forget that the psycho, Randy Pitchford, also planned on bringing Borderlands 4 in for $80. You remember that? He talked about that, and then Take-Two had to walk that one back. So now I'm starting to think, listen, man,
they never actually did, but you and I are totally on par with.
But dude,
on board with
they're
that.
poking the bear one at a time to see how the bear reacts, and they did one with Outer Worlds, which whatever. And then they did it again with Borderlands, and then just whatever. They walked away from both of those. So now I'm starting to think to myself, I don't see this under $80. $100 ludicrous. That's never happening. But I think that might be the breaking point. That and the new Call of Duty next year may be that breaking point. If Activision decides to stop making for last generation and start making a current generation game.
Haven't they set the price for this upcoming Call of Duty at $80 already?
This one?
And not walked it back?
This one is still 70.
Okay.
I'll check right now.
Maybe they said, I haven't even been watching that, so I'm going to check it asking.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, darn it, he's got to look.
No, regular price. Regular price.
Oh, okay. You can see it regular price because you have to look at Canadian
still $70.
Prices. Okay, so give me your answer. What is Grand Theft Auto 6 going to be?
I think it's going to be $80. And I think that like I said, and if Activision finally decides to cut off last generation, as in PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, if they decide to finally cut these guys off after 5 effing years, like it'll be 6 years at this point, like guys, let it go. It's starting to show in your product. Like the game looks like, I played the beta, I'm like, this looks like an Xbox One S game, but whatever. And then you go back to play Battlefield, and you're like,
oh, I need to see that in person. I still have not even bought it.
It's so gorgeous. You go play that, and then you go play the Black Ops 7 beta, and I was like, it looks like the difference between like Michelangelo painting a horse and your kid bringing home a picture of a horse that they drew. You know, like with the 4 legs.
It's like the difference between Michelangelo painting a painting of a horse and then Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles painting a horse. That's more our speed, right?
You know, like when the kids draw a horse, they draw the stupid head, and then they draw a tube, and then they draw all 4 legs together. Like it looks like 4 popsicle sticks. That's what Black Ops 7 looked like, the beta. Mag. And I'm not, hey, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, dude. And then you go turn on Battlefield, and I'm like, oh my God, there is a palpable difference. However, that's not the final product. So I'm not going to crap all over. I'm not even going to look at the chat in case somebody attacks me. But I'm just telling you right now, it's not the final product, but I played a beta. Usually the betas are old news. However, if you're still developing for Xbox One and PS4,
there's your problem. Yeah.
I mean, Paris, the Italian in the chat, would be doing this right now. Marcello would be going, oh, Magigats, Activision, what are you doing?
Marcello de Paris Lili. Yeah, we gaming in 4K 60 FPS in the chat says COD is dead. It's Battlefield killed COD.
I see a lot of that in the chat. A cartoon, mobile game. Hey, man, listen, I'm not alone. But I'm not seeing the final product.
You and I still believe that Call of Duty is going to sell. You and I still believe that Call of Duty is going to sell as much as as Battlefield probably.
No, it's going to sell way more. Yeah. No, it's going to sell way more.
It doesn't.
It's going to sell way more because of the name. The people that played the beta, the people that talked about it, the people that are on the shows, the people that are in our chats right now, we do not make up the majority of the public. The majority of the public doesn't know what the heck is going on. They probably don't even know what the new Call of Duty is called. They're just going to go and buy it because they know when it comes out.
Yeah.
And it's going to double the sales of Battlefield, as it always does. Battlefield has always not come close, but they certainly have held their own. And the game is going to make all kinds of money. If they've already sold, I don't know how many millions and millions of copies, I think 7 million, 8 million, whatever the heck it is. And they're going to do incredibly well and continue to do well. They'll cross the double-digit mark at some point for sales, and they will make a ton of money. However, Call of Duty being Call of Duty, it's the same as Candy Crush, which ironically owned by the same company. It just works on the name alone. People will buy it no matter what kind of dog water it is. And so I'm not saying it's dog water, but the beta was, and it looked like crap. And so I'm like, okay, whatever. But like people in the chat, or not in the chat, like my DMs are like, Maggie, you gonna buy it? And I'm like, if it scores above an 8 and above, I'm just gonna buy it because I'm gonna play it anyway.
Okay. I mean,
if it scores 8 and above, but they're gonna have to.
The campaign last year was fantastic. And everyone's like, oh, COD dead, COD dead. But if that campaign is good, I don't think it'll be as good as last one, but hopefully it's good.
And I'm going to play it for the channel. Like mostly, I'm going to be playing it for the channel. I'm going to be playing with the channel members. I'm going to be streaming and all that stuff, just like I did with Battlefield. Actually, I'm going to go back and start streaming Battlefield again, and I'm going to start doing Arc Raiders as well. And then I'm going to do some, as the winter approaches. And then I'm also going to do some Call of Duty. And then on the different nights, I'm going to start getting back into the horror games as we get into the dead of winter. No pun intended. But yeah. Anyways, I still think it's going to double the sales of Call of Duty as it normally does. It's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But they might take a chunk out of it this year, dude.
Just be glad that Battlefield came back the way it did and be glad that it's doing really well. Yeah, I mean, that competition is good and that people are going to love the heck out of Call of Duty like they always do. But now Call of Duty has to up the ante. So it's good. It's a good thing.
No, that's
Don't celebrate
great
that they're dying.
No. That's great for gaming because now Activision can't just sit there and be like, crank out the usual slop, whatever. I don't know. Call it, I don't know. What do you want to call it, Bill? Oh, here, Black Ops 8, whatever. Who cares? And they're just going to, you know what I mean?
Slop.
And so but now now they've got Zampella sniffing at the door. And when Zampella's sniffing at the door and they sell 6 million in the first 6 days, then they're going to pay attention. No, they're paying attention now because they're like, oh, shoot, we got a situation on our hand. Yeah. Gaming in 4K, 60 FPS. He was saying something in your chat. He says most COD streamers are in Battlefield 6. Agreed. But they're also on Battlefield 6 right now because COD hasn't come out yet. As soon as Black Ops 7 comes out, they're going to drop Battlefield 6. They're going to go back over there. And then they're going to go back to Call of Duty, whatever. And then, and maybe when Battlefield 6 drops its first massive DLC, then they'll go back to Battlefield. They got to follow their trends, right? Because those guys are professional streamers. They basically got to go where you got to grip the crowd. You know what I mean? You got to follow the crowd, right? So it is what it is.
I want to talk about PlayStation's. This is a massive shift in discussion, but I want to talk about PlayStation's next generation plans, which are making major changes right now that will directly affect you if you play on PC, possibly affect you if you're on PlayStation, but probably affect you a ton if you're on Xbox. I'm going to talk about it just a second. Danny Passion Official says, Mag praised an okay movie. The OP protagonist felt off.
Oh, stop. Her brother, we're not going to get into the details of the movie, okay? Because Colt hasn't seen it, and he's going to watch it. He's going to watch it while he's eating dinner.
While I'm playing Fallout 4, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to be like...
Yeah, he's going to playing Fallout 4, eating dinner, and watching a horribly gory action movie. Yeah.
These blood-soaked taquitos are delicious. Danny Passion Official, thank you for the 5, says, Mag, I'm filming some ads for a Mexican restaurant tomorrow.
Yes.
All day, they have similar graphics all over the restaurant. Taco Tuesdays, hashtag Xbox dead. They have similar graphics all over the restaurant.
Is he talking about like this stuff? Because I was showing the bottle of...
On the bottle, yeah. That's so cool, Danny. I didn't know you shot commercials.
He usually does porn, but once in a while he does commercials, yes.
I'm shooting a Mexican restaurant porn tomorrow. What do you shoot on these days? My older brother was in the TV business, in the local TV business forever, and they used to hike out these gigantic cameras that had big cassettes that they'd shoot on to get the highest quality. But I guess it's all digital now. I've been looked into cameras like that, broadcast quality cameras forever. Let's talk about PlayStation.
Cell phones these days. Yeah, we are going to talk about PlayStation. Dude, cell phones these days. You can get an iPhone, the Ultra 16 or whatever, and the Samsung S25.
The Ultra Nightmare.
They're the Ultra Nightmare phones. They film just as good as any other camera out there on the market these days. They're remarkable.
Shot on iPhones. For real.
Yeah, it's remarkable technology that they've got in the phone. You don't even need them anymore. Like you could stream. I have a neighbor who wants to stream he has a whole basement is full of aquariums. I'm not kidding. Full of aquariums. He's got like rows of them. And I'm like, dude, we're gonna make $1 million. And he's like, doing what? And I'm like, we're just gonna live stream your stupid aquariums and your fish. And then we're gonna change
people just watch that.
And then we're just gonna put like my stream beats on top of that, live stream it, and then all you do is sit in front of your computer and you just like interact with the chat. People will watch that for 8 hours while they go to bed, and then just have ambient music playing in the background. Dude, we're going to make $1 million. Anyways, the point is that I said we could film it all with the cell phone. I said, watch this. So I put my phone on a tripod. I put it up there, filmed in Ultra HD. Dude, it looked like the fish were swimming on my screen. Like it did not look like a picture. It looked really real. And I'm just like, holy crap. Anyways, PlayStation. What are we talking about?
PlayStation.
Are we talking about the
PlayStation-
buy anywhere situation?
Yeah, PlayStation just leaked a initiative to have buy anywhere or play anywhere, buy here, play there across PlayStation console and across PC. Mag, this could mean some serious changes for PlayStation. One of them being the long rumored and much anticipated PlayStation PC launcher.
Yes.
As people are in their car turning the volume all the way up.
Well, actually, PlayStation has just reached for a 5-iron. I think this is a very gutsy move. They're 178 yards from the hole, Colt. But anyways, he's going to line up and take the shot.
It's Mark.
Anyways,
Cerny. It's Mark Cerny on the green, and he's about to putt. If he lines this one up, ladies and gentlemen, he will get a bogey. Let's all wait.
We're gonna put some. We're gonna put some mesh shaders right over here on the PS6. It's gonna be a nice, happy little accident right over here. And
Let me just line
right
up
over
my
here.
pinkies and interlock my hands ever so gently as I
And
put
I'm
this
just gonna.
right into the holy hole.
oh my God.
I'm gonna put the GPU right over here. Just paint a little GPU, couple little trees right around it, and put a little GPU right there. A happy little GPU.
I'm fixing to bring you some PSSR that will rock your little world. You just wait for that PSSR. The pixels will look so realistic. You can lick them. Just check them. You can lick them all. Lick every game we put out. NAC 3 is in development. I'm Mark Cerny.
By the way, next podcast, we're doing the whole show like this, just so you all know. Anyhow, let's get into this situation. So the buy anywhere situation that they say that they've leaked or whatever, something is wrong with you too. You're finding this out now, 78 Inc.? I'm glad you're a channel member on both. That means that there's something wrong with you too. Here's the thing. What I think is happening here is, yes, this is a setup for a launch of their PlayStation Store that'll appear eventually one day, probably with the emergence of the PS6. I think this is also tied in with the entire line of devices that they have. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is that you've got the update on the PS Portal situation, right? And then on top of that, you've got what they're calling this sort of dedicated PS6 handheld device that's going to be you'll be able to utilize on the side, whatever. It's something you have to purchase. You're not going to be getting it boxed. You're not going to get it bundled in with a PS6, but you're going to have to buy it. But it will be a handheld that you'll be able to utilize as well. And then from there, you can access a PlayStation Store as well, right? Like an online store. And then maybe it depends on how integrated it's going to be. Then maybe they'll be able to have the same access that a ROG Ally X has. And then you could be able to get the Windows Store, Steam, whatever else, Epic, all that jazz, all the launchers. And then, of course, the PlayStation Store. And then you buy it on your PlayStation. You've already got it on your PS6 handheld, whatever the heck that's going to be called, the Cerny box. And then, people take it with the Cerny deck. And then they just get that and whatever. And I think that that's what they're going to do and launch it so that in the hopes that instead of taking a 70% cut of a game from the other launchers on Steam, the other launchers on PC, they will get that 100% launch on there. But by having the Play Anywhere situation, that also keeps people away from the PC purchases of the games on their handhelds. They could just get it from the console because their focus, no matter what anybody thinks or says, I know as a fact, this is not fiction. This is not making things up. This is not, trust me, bro. They are 100% focused on the console sales, next generation and beyond. The plans have not changed one bit. So therefore, they want to keep you in that ecosystem. How do you do that? Purchase anywhere. It's the best thing that they could come up with, and it's going to work for them. And then, like I said, you get those odd people who buy on the PlayStation Store and they get a PC storefront, then they make 100% of the profit instead of 70. However, they're going to have to deal with Steam sales because Steam sales are epic. No pun intended.
That's the other issue that has arisen from this. So you're saying it's very possible that PlayStation has their own PC store launcher where they're going to host all their games, where if you're on PC, you can buy them directly from PlayStation, launch them and play them there with your PSN, get trophies on PlayStation and on PC. Somebody said something to me today And I like PlayStation because I like my trophies and PC can't have all of the things that PlayStation offers. I'm like, yeah, they will. If this PlayStation launcher is real, you will just log into your PSN ID. You'll continue to get trophies and platinums. Your friends will be there. You'll buy the games directly from them. But the question that arises is, will PlayStation yank their games and their presence from Steam if they have their own launcher?
No. They're going to stay exactly where they are. They're going to, it's going to be business as usual across the board. This is going to be another option in order to expand their market, or in the hopes that people that will buy, let's say people who have, like, listen, there's a lot of people out there who have PCs and PlayStations, right? That seems to be the go-to 1-2 punch for a lot of people. The reason why is because they get their PlayStation experience on the console, you're getting your Xbox experience on the PC. And you get all the accessibility and everything else. I think most people that I know do things like that. So yeah, I said do by the way. So that would be an option. So now at that point, you're keeping people on the ecosystem instead of wandering off to Steam or whatever else. However, because you can buy them right in the console, it's right there. And you'd be like, oh, you know what? If I want to play it on the PC or whatever, I'll buy it right here anyway. Because it's making any sense? Like,
the UI does
making any
that.
sense?
Yeah, the Mag, you're spelling it out very well.
Sorry, I'm trying my
that
best here. It's not coming out well.
No, it is, because you're saying if you're on the console and you're like, oh, I want to buy Wolverine, and when that game comes to PC, you know that you can log into your PSN ID on the PlayStation Store on PC if this is real, and you can your game is going to be there and you can continue where you left off. And that's what this UI that was unearthed is showing them, that you buy it once, you have it on both, and the cross progression would obviously be there. So my friend said, well, would they just yank their games? Would they take all their games? There's like 50 tentpole games on Steam. Would they yank those off of Steam so that they can avoid the Xbox console playing your games? Well, there's so many things wrong with that statement, because it doesn't matter if you take them off of Steam, you can still play them on PC through the PlayStation app. So PlayStation knows this, that no matter what they do, the next Xbox will be able to access it because it'll have Windows apps, which they used to call them programs back in the day, but now they're called apps. And the PlayStation app would be downloadable and installable on this new console and the ROG Ally Now. So PlayStation wouldn't be doing that to circumvent Xbox. They don't care. Meg, you said it perfectly. They're going to be first and foremost about the console and the handheld and the PC stuff and whatever else, and the PSVR support on PC. That's all secondary extra money. That's all gravy. Xbox is the opposite. Their console has now become the gravy. Their money is on mobile, cloud, PC, and a little bit of console, and mostly services. So it's a big shift. And like someone said in the chat, console war over. So there's no way that PlayStation... let me finish this one thing. There's no way that PlayStation would yank their games off of Steam, because they have
never.
hundreds of millions of customers who own anything from Days Gone to Tsushima and Spider-Man 1 and so on and so on. They wouldn't yank those. That would be awful. No. They would look horrible. So no, those people own those games. They already bought them. They're going to leave them there. And I think they're going to, if they're building a PC launcher, while that thing is up and moving and getting going, PlayStation will put their games on their own store and on Steam, because why the heck would you rid people of that ability to make that money on both stores, even if it's a portion? And I know you were going to say something that I interrupted you, but I want to ask you first.
No. Go ahead.
Let me get my thoughts together, because I derailed myself when I was trying to finish that statement. Is gosh dang it, what was it? Will PC players truly scoff at the idea of buying a game on the PlayStation Store on PC? Like, you know,
I mean, if they have a better deal than the other storefronts, then why would you care? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's like, having two stores in front of you and you want to get a pair of American Eagle jeans, they both have the jeans in the store and one has them cheaper. It's not like I'm going to go to the store and go, ugh, I'm not shopping in that store. I'm just going to go buy my stupid pair of jeans and keep stepping. I don't care where I get them from. So I think it's the same thing here. Yeah, it won't make a difference if they have better deals than the Steam than Steam does or whatever, which is generally unlikely because Steam does have incredible sales and whatever else, blah blah blah. But those all still have to be sanctioned. Don't they still have to be sanctioned through Sony at one point or another? Does it have to go through a channel? It has to go through a channel, of discussion before you can't just grab a PlayStation game and just discount it. Don't they have to go through a process first? I'm not sure how that works. Does anybody in the chat
know how that works? Like, I'm pretty sure
licensing to that.
Ubisoft is the one that decides when there's games go on sale on Xbox. But like, if they're like, oh, we have a sale on the Assassin's Creed series, that is usually never the same on PlayStation. They set up, or we're doing a franchise sale on Ubisoft games on Xbox. You can go over to the PlayStation store, if I remember correctly, and you're not getting that same sale at the same time. I think they just
you're not.
What are we doing here with the Xbox platform? Let's discount. Let's do 20% off on here, and then over on PlayStation they could be full price that week. So I think PlayStation could decide. The fastest way to say this is the way you said it. Just pick and choose which store you're going to be on, because one day a game might be cheaper on PlayStation's PC store. And then one day it might be cheaper on Steam. It's just going to be up to however they do it.
Yeah.
So,
like for example, I bought Assassin's Creed Shadow on PlayStation because my wife wanted it because we game share on that system. But it was on sale there. But when I looked at the Xbox store, it wasn't. And then I went back, and then later in the summer, it was on sale on Xbox, and it wasn't on sale on PlayStation. It was back up to $70.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what are they like? It's just like a back and forth thing. So obviously they have to organize this. This is not something they just willy-nilly do whatever they feel with the license. I think they have to go through a process and say, okay, listen, your summer sale. I would imagine this is how it goes. I don't really know the inner workings of that. I don't know the inner working of sales when it comes to that stuff. I've talked to people from all kinds of departments in both companies, but I have never ever heard anything about how they operate. I'm sure they look at the sales of their product.
I'm sure they look at how sales are moving on the Xbox platform, and they're like, because that's totally different from the Xbox, and they're like, let's set up the sales to take advantage of what's going on Xbox. And on PlayStation, maybe they're selling a lot more games, and so they don't do as many discounts. Or they're like, oh, we're really hot over here on PlayStation right now, so it's a back and forth. And the other thing that my friend asked me is, do you think that PlayStation, if they were on PC with their own launcher, would they put their games on PlayStation PC app first and then put them on Steam later? I have my answer, but I don't think so either.
Okay, what's your answer?
My answer is absolutely not, because
no, they're going to do everything status quo, bro. Status quo. I'm telling you, they're not going to mess with anything.
Yeah, and this is uncharted territory for a lot of fans, and I know people. Maybe you don't spend money on PlayStation games, and I thought over this generation. I bought the PS5 day one. I think I've maybe played 8 or 10 games this entire generation. Brand new games from start to finish on the PlayStation 5. Not a lot over the past 5 years. So my entrance into PlayStation stuff is like occasionally. And right now I'm like, Ghost of Yotei may be the next game I buy if I don't get Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. So yeah, I'm thinking about that all the time. Like, what am I going to play? And if there's no, I'll tell you another reason why, Mag, and I don't think why PlayStation would wait to put their games on Steam, because these are funky examples because they weren't super successful, but Borderlands 3, actually that sold really well, and Fallout 76 were two standout games I remember that launched exclusively on Epic Game Store before they went to Steam. They were on Bethesda .net and then didn't go to Steam right away. So what happens is a large vocal majority on PC, will throw a fit, and they'll rally and they'll petition and they'll get polls up and they'll fill Reddit and just tell the world, hell no, we won't go. And what happens is Tim Sweeney's trying to build the Epic Game Store, and he's like, we'll get these games exclusive. And people are like, I'm not buying your game because you're not allowing it to be on Steam. I think the PlayStation knows that as well. And they're like, we're not going to rock that boat. That's not even worth it. So let's just make a bunch of money on Steam. And then our hardcore PlayStation fans will jump into the PlayStation PC app right away where all of their stuff already exists. So, yeah, I don't know. Anything else you have on that idea?
I mean, obviously they're laying out the roadmap for what they're going to be doing with the launch of the next system. And this is basically the start of it. That's all.
One last question for you on that, Mag.
Yeah, go for it.
Will they go day and date on PC or will they shrink that window?
No. They will never go day and date on PC on those games. Not
never, says Mag.
They've openly said we're not doing that. And then
you and I have this long running bet. Never, but they're putting multiplayer games like Fair Games and Marathon will launch on there. When do they just finally say, you know what? Here's another exception. That's what I'm waiting for. When a single player first party studio PlayStation game goes day and date, then you have to buy me a hamburger.
I'll buy you a double cheeseburger if you like.
I love hamburgers.
By the way,
so
in
much.
circus, I don't know. Honest to God, like I think burger is one of my favorite foods of all time. It's in the top 3 favorite foods of all time. Let me tell you something. There's a restaurant called Circus in Las Vegas. They have a $2,500 burger.
What is it, Wagyu beef or something?
I don't know. You got to go check it out. You got to look it up. Just look it up. Circus Las Vegas burger.
It's probably gold plated. I've seen them. They do gold plated like
so
food.
Dumb. It's so dumb. But
how
anyways,
much is it? 2,000?
$2,500 US. So
It'll
for
be
me,
more
it's like
expensive
$4,000 for a burger.
and the trip there, it'll be more expensive than the Xbox Mag. That's
so
for sure.
Yeah, the Xbox Mag. No. If you're actually thinking that, no. I see you in the chat. No, it's not coming. You're not getting Wolverine day and date on nothing. Their next gen console games, they're not coming. Your God of War Egypt is not coming. Your Last of Us 3, whatever the heck else. What is that other game with the bald chick? What's her name? Intergalactic. Whatever, the Beastie Boys song. Whatever the Beastie Boys song is called.
Oh, Intergalactic.
Anyway, that's whatever that game is called. They're not going day and date on PC. It's never going to happen.
I'll agree on that.
And I'm saying never going to happen in the immediate future. Not saying never forever. I can't tell you what's going to happen in 10 years from now. That's ridiculous. 31 Atlas might come back and destroy us all for all we know. So we can't predict what happens later on. But in their immediate future, they've said that. And I told you before, I talked to that guy from Insomniac, and he literally laughed in my face when I told him. I said, "Hey, do you think you're going to get this, that, and the other, whatever?" And he goes, "What are you talking about? Who's saying that?" And then
Insomniac also said that Spider-Man would never go to
internet.
PC.
Yeah, fair enough. They did say that. That's true.
Danny Passion official, thanks for the $5. He did. He says, "Colt, we film on digital cinema cameras like Ieri, Sony, and Blackmagic camera. Mag, I'm a DP. I do music video and corporate content."
Whoa. What's the DP part? What are you talking about? See, dude, I was just making a joke, and here he is saying horrible things.
Oh, he does do the DP. Okay, we got it. Okay, and you film that too, or you don't film it. You
Mag,
shoot
I'm a DP. I don't want to, dude. I don't need to know the details of what you do when you're filming.
Remember when you said earlier that we'd be getting it from both ends?
Oh, Jesus Christ! I swear I thought I said both sides. I did not mean to say both ends. You're gonna make me go back and watch this show again.
When you said it, you even stood up and pointed to both sides of your. I mean,
I went like this because I meant to say both sides. Okay, I have to go back and rewatch this. Listen, I'm driving to Niagara Falls tomorrow. Okay, I got a 2-hour drive. I'm going to listen to the first half of the show.
You put your butt in the camera and you went,
"Oh,
honk,"
here
and you
we
made a
go."
honk sound. Why'd you do the honk like that?
Yeah, there we go.
I'm going to rewind it back. I'll put the timestamps.
Mag doing the Eiffel Tower now. Okay, here we go. All right, carry on. How do you know what the Eiffel Tower is? You shouldn't be laughing about that stuff.
I think DP stands for digital or something production. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna look it up.
It's in the chat, but we're having too good of a time.
Production. Okay, I should know. I've done director of photography. Okay, I'm dumb.
That's not. I
should have known that. So
That's
have a
not
long,
what it means. That's a lie. That job doesn't exist. I know people in Hollywood. It doesn't exist.
back in the early 2000s, I did a bunch of video stuff for a very shady company. All right. Anyway, yeah. Where
Danny
was I?
Passion, I'm just kidding. He just says director of photography. Aren't you connected in Hollywood? I'm like, yes. And I know what the director of photography is. But you put DP in the chat after I said that you film porn. How am I supposed to interpret that? Come on.
Donut pusher is what it was. So
Mason Gamer, welcome. See, he's subbed. He's
Yeah,
subbed
hey,
just because
thank
of
you.
the jokes we're making.
welcome.
There you go.
Yeah, I lost a couple subs because
Welcome.
people are like, I don't like this Fable video. It wasn't fun enough.
Oh my God! You see, he's even swearing these days, ladies and gentlemen. Mason Gamer, come to my channel. You're in for a real treat.
Red Wolf Renegade has the actual industry name of Director of the Penetrating Market for the
Oh
penetrating
my
of the
God! Okay, Cole, we got to cut this show off before we get banned. from
Grandpa's
YouTube.
Barbecue Game Cat. Thank you for the Australian 5. Says, I'm not planning on buying next gen until 2 to 3 years in. I will stay in Series X and PS5 Pro initially, and you will probably get
that's not a,
almost every game.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm saying that that's not a bad move because at this point, like even the people that I've spoken to at Microsoft are saying, dude, the series consoles will still be supported into the 2030s. So it's not going to be an issue if you are not looking forward to a price, B, you're not interested in PC gaming, or we don't even know how this thing is going to play out. We really don't know, so we can't talk about something that's 2 years away. We don't. It may just feel exactly like an Xbox or whatever else. You don't have to mess around with sliders and all kinds of crap. Who knows? We're not really 100% sure.
Paris said in the chat about an hour ago.
The bigger thing is this, bro.
Yeah.
The bigger thing is this. It's the
thing.
Price. If it's $1,100 US, let's just say for argument's sake, just for fun, we're not going to get in this conversation because we're way over time here. $1,100 US is almost $1,700 Canadian, dude. That's climbing to $2,000. That's going to be a big roadblock that all the features and what it offers and whatever else, that's going to be number one. So good move, Grandpa Barbecue. You're totally fine with your Pro and your Series X. You'll be good till at least 2030, I'm thinking. Good call.
J3001M says, stop saying it's PC gaming. It's the same code. I'll say this again. I play a lot on PC. I loaded up Arc Raiders and never went into the settings other than to see if it had HDR. So modern games, the past 5 years at least, it's gotten better and better and better. It will just look at your
less
hardware
tinkering
and
is what
say,
you're saying?
you just load up the game and it had already looked at your CPU and everything and said, here's your resolution, frame rate, settings, medium, high, whatever.
That's lovely. So basically,
you don't do anything.
All right, that's
so.
right.
What
It's
happens
less
in PC
tinkering,
is
you're saying.
Yeah, what happens in PC if you're playing the game and you feel like the frame drops or it doesn't look as nice, then you're like, oh, maybe I'll go tinker. But for the most part, you can launch every game and just never go into the settings if you don't want to. And like I said, you can go in and mess with the HDR. Yeah, that'll be harder than changing the sliders and graphics settings. I guarantee you.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
looking at the HDR is like, what do I do? Yeah. Anyway, that's it. We're over time. It's a great show. Thank you everybody for being here.
We had a great
Thank
time.
you so much to 4XP for sponsoring the show and helping us keep energized. And I'm almost done with this one. And
Nice.
Meg, tell everybody really quickly,
Yes, sir.
where to subscribe to your channel, and we'll have a quick outro and we'll get out.
Well, thank you so much. Listen, mods, if you don't mind, please put my link in the chat. For the Mag Show, we got a lot of stuff going on the channel every single week. I usually do videos. I did 4 videos last week. I did a review this Sunday. I didn't do any game streaming. Oh, sorry, I did do game streaming last week. I did Borderlands 4 with the family. Cerebral Paul came and joined us as well. We had a blast with the community. Of course, on top of that, I have Magcast. Magcast is usually Tuesday nights, 8:45. However, this week, because I'm going to Niagara Falls to meet another YouTuber, Noof Nukem, we will be moving Magcast to Wednesday night at 8:45. I will be there. So, yes, we will move it by one day. I'll put a reminder on the channel. Of course, like I said, I've got marinated reviews going on the channel. I've got cooking videos I got coming up. Of course, more videos about news and, of course, a lot more streaming as well. So we're very, very busy. I am also closing in. I am 120 subs away from 3,000. So if anybody can help me out, that'd be really greatly appreciated. Even if you hate me, come sub to the channel anyway, just to get my numbers up, just make me feel good. And then you can just hate watch me. That also works. I have a few of those crazy people, so I have hate watchers. So come and hate watch me. It's all good. I'm 120 subs away from 3,000. So anybody would really help out. I really appreciate that.
That's awesome.
My goal, it would be so nice to hit 4,000 before the end of the year, and that would be my first year on YouTube.
I'm gonna go sub right now.
Okay. Thanks, Colt.
Oh no, that's great.
Brandon
Happy
Christensen,
Bomb
that's
put it
not
in
coming
there.
up just yet. That's
Yeah.
coming up later. That's coming up in a few weeks. I will announce that when I'm ready. I'm still working on it. So I'm working on a new project, but that'll also be going on the channel. Dude, I'm going all guns blazing on this thing. So usually during the week between between Tuesday and Friday, there's always content on my channel that carries people all the way through the weekend. And then, of course, Mondays I'm here with you. And then Tuesday to Friday, I go balls to the wall. But this week, again, I'm going to be in Niagara Falls for the day. The week after, I'm going to be at Great Wolf Lodge with the family. However, I'm still going to be doing tomorrow night as a request from my top channel members, my top tier maggots, have requested that I live stream with Noof Nukem, Chef Trouble, and the Doctor
While you're
live
there,
from the bar.
Nice.
In
Notice
Niagara
how I
Falls.
said make your outro quick, and Mag went on for 15 minutes. This is what I have to put up with, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to spill it all out. But
we
anyway,
were on the phone the other
tomorrow
day,
night we're
like
gonna do
two
that.
little schoolgirls, like yap 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 yap.
45 minutes we talked, and I thought it was 35 seconds. And I looked at the thing when I hung up. I go, 45 minutes?
He goes,
what did we say?
"What's this a-hole Colt Eastwood call me for?" And then we're like, the whole time.
That was really funny. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so
Yeah.
Mag Tros are the best at the end. Thank you,
Yeah.
Brendan.
We appreciate
so,
you, Mag.
Yeah, no, you hang up. So yeah, I'm gonna be. I'll live stream shortly
I love you.
tomorrow
I love
from
you
the bar.
more.
We're gonna have some fun. You know, it's gonna be funny watching all the people around us going, "What the hell are they doing?" As we're like all leaning
Bunch
into
of
the camera,
middle-aged
talking to the
crazy psychopaths is what it's going to be.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
going to be funny. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. We can't
Thank you,
live stream
Gaming
from the
4K.
strip club or the casino, so
Oh my gosh! Thank you.
unless you want to
4K.
see me get the what's Gaming 4K saying?
He said he watched my Fable video, and shout out to Boo.
Oh
Ease,
yeah, it
who-
was a very nice video. I watched it this morning too.
Thank you. And shout out to Boo Ease, who said it was cool being able to hang out live with us tonight. This is their their first time watching the show live, but we appreciate you, and we always
you.
appreciate people who are watching the show afterwards. If you're on Spotify, you can listen to it or you can watch it because there's video or audio of your choice, and all the other podcast platforms. We appreciate you for supporting the channel and for 4XP for making it all possible. And I'm gonna really try hard to bring back Gaming Weekly News. Some stuff starts to kick up again. And it's when I debuted the Gaming Weekly News was around November last year. And I did that for about 9 months, almost every single week. And I'd like to bring it back because it gets me in the mode to create content. And you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for everything you do. You've changed our lives. We love talking gaming with you. Glad you're as passionate as we are. This is the XC Podcast, episode 227.
200 and a lot.
227, the great
200
show
and
from
a lot. Really? Is that what it is?
227. And Mag, you've been here for, I don't know, 150 of those. So we appreciate you guys. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to hit the button. I want to go eat. Mag needs to pee. And
100%.
and he's going to leave the mic on when we do that. We're out of here. Mag, say bye.
Good night, everyone. We'll see
right,
you
good
guys in
night.
Niagara Falls tomorrow.
All right, I'll be there to watch live. See ya.